Gangsta Greed, hope you're sorry. This is your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this is motherfucking Drink Chats Podcast. Make some noise!
And first off, before we introduce our guests, which we always do, I just want to take a time out to not only recognize where we at, which our people was Lowell's. If you don't see the things that's on the table, Lowell's is the best pre-rolled smoke in California, in the world, which I like to say. And I also want to big up to the Revolt staff. We recently went to Global Spin Awards.
The Global Spin Awards,
Global Spin Awards. And we really was...
Shout out to Pras.
Shout out to Pras, shout out to Ramon Duke, Shaheem Reed, Joe.
Power Moves.
Everybody. And we really, went there and wanted to... We really was impressed with our team and was happy how they executed what they had to do. We wanted to be more involved, right. But I don't feel like that's like a complaint out of us. I feel like that was like, bigging that up, that, we're proud to do that. But with no further ado, when it comes to legendary groups, when we comes to the things that we said we want to start and we wanted to big up, we want to big up legends. We want to big up people who has over 10 years or more continue to do their game. The brother that we standing right now to the left of us, not only a part of a legendary group, legendary movement on his own, legendary hits, legendary albums on their own. These guys are global. When you think of global acts,
bigger than hip hop. It's even
bigger than hip hop. These guys have done everything. I think they sold 24 million records from a place called a Booger Basement somewhere down, and they came and they blew, and they just have never returned back. These guys are the epitome of what you call legendary. And right now, to the left of me, I want everybody to stand up and make some noise for my man Pras for the Fugees, goddammit! So Pras,
so before I start,
yes.
I bought you some gifts.
Yes, and I seen you're very rich. I seen you roll up in a ghost. What was that, a Wraith? It was a Wraith? Okay. Very rich.
No, but I'm a big watch collector.
Watch collector?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So,
don't tell me you gave me
No, I didn't give you a watch.
Okay. All right,
But I bought you something because as a watch collector, I like to just kind of like get people onto. So the next time I see you, because some people... I've gave people watches before,
right.
And they don't appreciate it.
Wow.
So, you know what I'm saying?
As a connoisseur, you're saying that.
Just in case I'm going to throw that out there. In case you ever want to get me an autograph or something, I'm going to appreciate it.
but I'm a big Paddock collector.
Paddock, that's
so
the boutique.
I bought you the elbow.
Wow.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta spend $250,000 now, right, Rob?
No, listen, I got you something else too. So I got you also, if you have it's a watch travel Paddock.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
You're a rich guy. I don't even know what this is. Right.
This is what you put your watch on when you travel.
And it keeps clicking.
No, it don't keep clicking, but it protects your watch. Because some people like to put their watch in the socks. That's a little shit.
You're so rich.
This is
let's make some noise for him being rich. That was some rich nigga shit right
there. If you don't mind, I bought my own alkaline water and my blueberry organic juice because I don't drink. So I'm just
okay.
Well, we tried to get some Babaco on the table, but I couldn't find it here in LA.
Don't worry about it, man.
Yo, but I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time, I see LA look like Miami right now. I see Smitty running around here. I see Zoe Dollars. I see my homegirl.
Zoe's in the building.
You bring the Haitians out.
Yo,
you bring the Zoes. You tell the Zoes where to go. You tell the Zoes where to go. That's what's up.
That's what it is.
So, Pras,
yes, sir.
being in this game, legendary. One of the things that I had just saw was Migos say they were. They were the most legendary 3-man group ever, right? And immediately I thought of the Fugees, obviously. But then I thought of the Locks, right? Because I said, damn, 3-man group. Maybe they got
Run DMC.
Well, technically,
I don't know if they're going back that far.
Yeah, I don't think they're going back that far.
I'm just saying,
but
legendary.
When you think of the legendary 3-people group, Fugees have to be the number one group. Well, whether you say accolades or you say just, what do you think?
I can't talk about ourselves, but I could tell you, if you ask me who I think is to put us aside, I mean, obviously, look, what Clef, Lauren,
right.
I mean, these amazing artists, you know what I mean? But I never talk about myself, so it's weird for me to talk about, we did this, we did, we sold over 20 million records, we did this, we did that.
Don't worry, I'll big you up, don't worry about it. Yeah, keep it going.
But for me, if you ask me who's my favorite 3 legendary.
Hold on, be careful, Pras. Because I don't know where you're going to go on
Let him
this.
be great, buddy.
I'm going to let you be great. Where you going with this? Who's your three man? Three persons.
Well, 3 males. I got to give it to Run DMC.
Oh, that's
Okay,
I mean,
but I don't agree with Run DMC because let me tell you why.
So you think of 2-man MCs?
I think Run DMC should be a 2-man.
No.
Nah,
Jam Master
but
Jay
Jam Master
is
was
just
very instrumental.
Just as important as anybody else.
As a matter of fact, God bless his soul, rest in peace. When he passed away,
Yeah.
Run DMC was never the same after that, bro.
No, I 100% agree with you, but I just can't
Their
say
whole
I
look came from
acknowledge
Jam Master Jay.
Run DMC as a 3-man
And I can see
group.
why you say that.
I see it's like a 2-man with the guy in the back
Nah,
because
I can't.
Jam Master Jay never really talked. Like when you when you compare it to the Fugees or you compare it to Amigos or you compare.
But
that
Dre
is
to you was a part of NWA, right? And at first he was really
Dre
just-
talked though.
Eventually, I'm saying, but he
Here's
was
the
the
thing,
DJ.
here's the
Dre
thing.
made an X for Public Enemy.
Here's the
This is a
thing.
great
Jazzy
conversation,
Jeff
by the way.
for him.
This is a
Here's
great
the thing Jam
conversation.
Master Jay brought, right?
Right.
If you know the history of hip hop,
Right.
before Run DMC, you got to remember how the hip hop all started. It started off they were taking the break part of the R&B records, right?
Right.
Yep.
And so you had Grandmaster Flash. They would wear all the costume and
Yeah.
all that. They had the band. Jam Master Jay technically was the band. He brought that DJ element. So he flipped that B-boy style, Adidas, no shoelace, all
Everything.
black.
Yeah, everything.
He shifted the whole. Bro, listen. It's very difficult to see one artist or group shift the culture. I seen it. Now, I seen Run DMC did it, but I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen that shit happen to us personally, the Fugees. When we did our first album, because we were stuck between, see, in life, you always either want to be the first or the last. You never want to be in the middle.
And we talking Rough House Columbia days?
Rough House Columbia days.
Okay, yeah,
so on the first album, we were influenced by leaders of New School, Fushnikins.
With basic vocab on that
Fushnikin.
album.
It was that
Live Smooth.
Live
And we
Smooth.
ain't got nothing to prove.
So we was on that vibe,
I'm an old
right?
nigga. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize.
Yeah, no,
Let the oldness come out of me.
It's still a great album, by the way.
Yeah, let's go.
So when we did the first album, we were on that zone. So we were in the middle, right? So by the time we drop, we getting towards the end of that cycle.
Right.
And I'll never forget, man, when I knew we were shot in the head. So
Okay, shot in the head meaning.
not literally, but meaning
Okay,
like it
like it
felt
wasn't
like
gonna work?
It felt like, yo, we were dead on arrival.
Right.
The first single.
I'm still not clear. Like,
Okay, so the first single we
that
put
means
out.
That was good, or that was
No,
That's not good.
Oh, not good. Oh,
Yeah,
all right, cool. All right,
So I'm
all
gonna
right.
tell
Now I'm
you the story.
clear. All right,
Yeah.
good.
So we had the first single called Booth Bop, right? And it was like all this crazy shit, right?
Wait, Booth Bop?
Booth Bop.
I've never heard of this. one.
Exactly.
I thought I was the biggest Fugees fan in the
No,
world.
I'm saying so this is the very first album. So remember Columbia? Remember this product manager named Thais Harris?
I do remember the name, don't
Now
remember
she
the
was
face.
Nas' product manager.
Okay.
So because we were Haitian, you know, they're like, yo, these Haitian kids got goats and all that. So we were like the stepchild. So
Right, okay.
Columbia never really gave us no love. But Nas, Illmatic,
Right.
was like that kid in the building, like the greatest, right? So by default, Tyrese has to deal with us. And she's like, oh man, I gotta deal with these kids and all that. So we go to the radio station, college radio station, and we're going to play our single.
What single was this?
The Booth Bop single.
Okay,
so,
okay.
so we sitting outside, and there's an artist in the studio dropping his new single.
Is it Big L?
I'm gonna tell you, hold up.
Damn.
Because that's that whole.
Right. You're in the zone. But so,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
so I'm sitting there. It's me, Clef, and Lauren and Tyrese, right? And this artist is talking about, yeah, you know, he's talking this thing. And then he played his record.
Right.
When I heard the record, I looked at Clef. I said, "Yo, N.O.R.E." In Creole, that mean we're dead. Cause I was like, yo, I didn't even want to go in the booth to play the record anymore, right? It was your man Buckshot.
Sure.
Come follow me. Because remember, he switched the whole thing back, and then Nas came right after that with Illmatic.
Right after that.
So we was really aggressive, and everybody just slowed the shit
Laid back.
Laid back.
Yeah.
Biggie came in, all that shit, right? So we got this album we got to promote that's dated. So the thing...
So sorry, because I want the fans to follow what you're saying. When he's saying dated, you're saying that this is music that you recorded.
Sonically, it's not...
It's old.
It's old.
Okay,
because the sound and the vibe just died.
And this is the first album we're talking about?
The first album.
Okay, continue.
But technically, when had you recorded it? Like how long before it came out?
A year prior to that.
Wait, say your question.
No, I'm going back to what you're saying. How long did they record it before it came out?
So think like this. We got signed, whatever year it was that we got signed. And so the album didn't drop till like a year and a half, 2 years later.
Which was normal back then. People don't understand. Like now people just create and drop.
Right. So you gotta remember, so now we're coming in the era of Snoop, 187, right? So we coming in that whole N.O.R.E. by Nature's kind of like starting to fade out a little. You see what I'm saying?
And you guys are from New Jersey, so that was like your comparison at first, right? Was to N.O.R.E. by Nature, correct?
I don't know.
Because you guys are from Brooklyn, Jersey, correct?
Well, I mean, it was all of us in that area. So it was us, N.O.R.E.,
This is like
Redman.
93?
Wow.
Like 93, 94, Redman, Lords of the Underground.
Wow. Lords of the Underground. Latifah, yeah.
So it was that whole type of, that whole thing, you know what I'm saying? But we got caught out there. So we were like, yo, and the label was like, you guys gonna have to figure this shit out.
Right.
Like, if this shit doesn't work, it's a wrap for you guys.
Right.
So they're like, go promote this shit. So we knew the album was done. Knew that. So we're like, look, the only thing we got going for ourselves, we're gonna put a motherfucking show on. And that's what kept us alive, was the show. Because we know we had Lauren, who could sing anything, some gangster shit, make it sound beautiful.
Because auto-tune was not popular back then. So back then, when a person was a singer, they was actually a real singer. Is that what you're getting to, Pras? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm getting my Walter Cronkite on. Yes. She can sing. No, because it's true though. Like
there was no auto-tune back then. I mean, I don't know if it was better or not, but there was no auto-tune. It was kind of like, you sing, you're off key, okay, sing until you back on key.
You can.
You can or you can't. Right. So, but we knew she was that chick when it came to singing. So we had the band, and we were just ripping the shows. And yeah, go ahead.
No, because that's so amazing. Like, I recognize, I know you personally, but I recognize you from off top from this interview, how humble you are, right? But at the same time, do you know that this Fugees was probably, that was like the greatest, like it was some of the greatest moments in hip hop because of your transition. What I mean by that was, you had like the Queen of England bumping the Fugees at one point. You had like, you know, just people who just were supposed to denounce hip hop would say, "I'm fucking with the Fugees."
Right.
They would look, like y'all was almost not black, like at one point.
It wasn't the Queen. It wasn't the Queen with Princess Diana.
That's, you know, I got
Rest in peace.
But this is what I'm saying, like, you know how you get you almost like you get that famous where like certain people be like, they ain't black, like. I'm bugging y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get certain people get like Michael Jackson. People didn't look at Michael Jackson like he was a black guy.
I know we transcended,
but that's
how
international
music. It became international music.
International, you guys. It became like, and then like you got the Black Eyed Peas that came after that. But like the first people who were international success, in my opinion, my humble opinion, was you guys.
Yeah.
Without feeling like it's sold out.
And without feeling like it's sold out at all.
Which I think was a key thing.
Yeah. Right. We were fortunate. We were very fortunate. I mean, the music just spoke to everyone. It wasn't just, you know, and it was tough because, you know, that gangster shit was popping back then. It was like, so you know, as the artist, you get caught up like, man, this is hot and you're loving it, you know, you see Pac doing this thing, Biggie, and I used to run with Pac. So I used to be like, man.
Talk about it.
Whoa, yeah. You went there, go ahead. So you used to run with Pac?
That was my man.
Okay.
Like I knew, like I mean, I was with him the night the quiet thing happened.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy moly, guacamole, I wasn't ready. I feel like you should have told me to sit down. I'm already sitting down, but I'm like,
yeah.
So you were what? Tupac? Describe yours part of that story.
So the day before that, I was with Pac. See, Pac, a lot of people don't know, the most ingenious person you'll ever meet. And you know, I've been seeing people say they know Pac and all that. Maybe they do. I don't know. Right. But I'm one of those people. I'm more about the mind, right? I like to see how people move strategically, like especially like today when I'm seeing certain artists do certain things. I see it. Like one of the people I really respect is Drake because he moved like he's playing chess, you know. Right. And Pac was like that. He was a masterful chess player. Let me tell you how ill this dude was. One day, Pac calls me and said, "Yo, come meet me at the spot." Puff was having a party at Roseland.
Okay, Manhattan. Okay.
And so I'm going up there to pick him up.
Pick Pac up.
Facts. He was on 127th Street, somewhere in Harlem, right?
In New York.
In New York City.
Pac is a New York nigga, let's be clear.
Huh?
Pac is a New York nigga,
Harlem.
let's be clear. Sorry, LA people.
Raised on the West.
So 127th Street, I go to this building, and it's like this orange building, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. It's the actual building. And I walk in, and I see this guy walking like, so I'm like, that's some weird shit, cool. I get to the front desk, and it's like this girl sitting like this, like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to act like I notice what's happening, right? But I know it's some weird shit. I'm not understanding where I'm at. So I said, yeah, I'm here to see. Now, it wasn't under his name. It was under this chick he was staying with name, right? So whatever her name was. So I'm here to see such and such. And she's like, okay, you know, and she does the thing. And so I go in the elevator, and it's like, this guy that's like, what the fuck? So I'm like, what? I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is this place I'm at, right? So I get to the apartment. I'm like, yo, Pac, there's some weird shit going up in here, man. I see a motherfucker like this, doing, what the fuck, where I'm at? He said, oh, this is a mental retarded home. Oh, wow. He said, my homegirl works here. So I said, yo, why the fuck you staying here? He said, Pras, if niggas come for me, this the last place they gonna think I'm at. No, but when you think about it, it's some brilliant shit. That's the last place. You ain't gonna go to a mental home to look for a nigga.
Oh, that's crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
I definitely think that's where we was ending this story. That was ill.
No, that's ill, but that's where that whole Machiavelli shit is on. Cause you know what, I don't know if people know what
Machiavelli faked his death, correct?
Faked his death to see how his friends really thought about him. He would go around and say, yo, what'd you think about Machiavelli? Man, fuck that nigga. So he saw everybody that wasn't really rocking with him that act like they was rocking with him when he was alive. So that's where that whole, because Machiavelli was a philosopher. Right? So Pac was heavy into that kind of shit. But yeah, so I was with him the night. So the night before that, I got a call not a call. At that time, we only had pages. Remember them pages?
Pages, yep. Not the two ways. Before the two ways.
Way before the
Straight beeper.
Yeah, Motorola.
Straight beeper joint.
Yeah, Motorola.
I get a text from Wyclef. Mario Van Peebles had just finished doing this movie called Black Panther. You remember that movie, Black Panther?
Oh, I know. No, from back then?
From back then. No, not the superhero movie. Black Panther.
The one that had the soundtrack.
Okay.
The soundtrack that came
right.
Yeah.
So he was a fan before we even blew up. So he wanted us to do a track. So Clef was like, yo, you gotta come to the studio now in Jersey, because we gotta deliver this shit by tomorrow. If we're gonna make the soundtrack. So I told Pac, like, yo, I can't go to the studio with you, because he was going there to meet with Jimmy. Remember Little Sean?
Yes, I do.
So he was going in to do a song with Little Sean. So I said, yo, I'm gonna have to get with you later. So I went to Jersey. He went to Quad.
Wow.
And then that whole shit went down. You know, there's another nigga that was there too.
Who's that other nigga?
See, niggas don't even talk about the other nigga. That nigga got shot up too.
Not Stretch.
No, not Stretch.
Okay.
Another nigga.
Who?
I forget his name, but it was another nigga there.
We gotta remember his name.
Yeah. I call my man Haitian Jack. Haitian Jack can tell you the story better than I can.
Now, Haitian Jack is in Dominican Republic right now, right?
Yeah. That's where you from.
No, I'm from Puerto Rico. Not too far.
Where you from? Man, I know it's different. I know exactly.
I'm right. Not too far.
I thought you was Dominican.
No, I'm Puerto Rican. But, you know, I never not claimed Dominican. No, because all my friends are Dominican, so I never, you know, it's cool and it's close to Haiti, and I'm cool with all my friends is Haitian. So it's just like,
it's all the same.
I just rep this shit.
But yeah, Jackson's in Dominican Republic.
Right. Because we get to see the Tupac movie, and we got to see
I never saw it.
You never seen the Tupac movie?
How was it?
You gotta see it.
Okay.
one, you got to see it because it's history.
I've been meaning to see it.
And two, you have to see it because there's different interpretations of people's lives. It's just like right now, Pras, right? You come in, me and you, we see each other. I see you with the Cartier bracelets. Those are very expensive, by the way. People just want to throw that out there with no ice. Very expensive, my people. All right, so he walks in, but now there's certain people who can take this same interview and they can see a totally different thing.
Right.
They're not wrong. It's their
interpretation.
It's their interpretation. Like me and you can have the same view, but you can have a different outlook. So for people who really weren't around or really didn't understand hip hop, I recommend you go and watch it. You know, it's like even the Biggie movie. Like a lot of people don't really salute the Biggie movie as much, but I feel like you should. I feel like
I saw that.
I feel like the best movie
is straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton.
Yeah. That's what I think.
But
That's
you know what?
the Tupac movie, in my opinion.
The reason I haven't seen it, I've been busy, whatever. But I felt like the Pac movie. See, the thing is, when people are trying to make black stories, they like to take this little cookie cutter and think like we can throw everything in this one, like take this square peg and put it in a circle, right?
Exactly.
Can't do that. Right. The Compton worked perfectly for what it was, because there's a lot of dynamics about it that made it work. Dre, Q, the success that they had, it was a movement.
That's still relevant now.
Right. Pac, you gonna make a story about Pac, you can't do this. You gotta go what makes him tick.
Right, there's a lot of layers
that dude is a Black Panther to the core. This dude red, he's studied. So you gotta talk about the man and what made him tick. Because he was a very complex dude. Because 1 minute, he's talking about this revolution and, you know, talking about black women, and the next minute, he's ready to go bust his guns. You know what I'm saying, Chew? He had like a dual personality.
Did you see the New Edition thing?
Phenomenal.
That's what I feel the Tupac movie should have been. It should have been a 6-part series.
You think so?
Yes, because the thing about it is you try to squeeze this man's life into 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it's just not possible. You know what I'm saying? He was an actor, he was a mosaic artist, he was a fucking, you know, he was so much different things. He was a lover, he was a gangster, he was
different phases. He was the digital underground phase, and he had the revolutionary phase.
You have to show that's like, you can't just put it into like, it's like Wu-Tang right now. Like I was speaking to one of my great friends, Raekwon, and he's like, yo, I think we're gonna do the Wu-Tang, and I'm like, yo, I think y'all gotta do a 6-movie deal.
That's like the way they did their real.
But they did New Edition, but movie style.
But I'm saying the way they did their music deal, this is the way they should do their movie deal.
ODB deserves a movie by himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just think about that, Pras. You've encountered with ODB. Let's give us your ODB story. All right, look. Let's make some noise in his face, goddammit. You already know this is some beautiful shit about the cop. Go ahead.
Yeah, you remember that studio Enterprise?
In LA.
In LA,
yes. Yeah.
So
I'm leaving there. I recorded I'm leaving there.
Wow, okay,
Yeah, Enterprise, yes.
So I'm recording Ghetto Superstar at the time, right?
Ghetto Superstar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, Maya fronted on me. I'm gonna tell you she fronted on me. But I'm gonna tell you later.
Okay.
You gotta get your story out first. It's very more important. Go ahead, let's go.
So I'm in the studio and I'm writing to this shit, and so the music's playing in the background. And then O.Dirty come walking in with his crew.
But you invited O.Dirty, correct?
No, I have never met him.
Oh, shit.
Wait, time out, Pras. Stop.
So he wasn't supposed to be on the song originally then?
Yo, you gotta listen to the story.
Oh my God. Oh, I didn't know where we going. Let's go. This is crazy. Yeah.
So O.Dirty come walking in the studio. I'm like, oh, peace to the God. What's going on? Yeah. And he look at his man. Who these niggas in, right? So I'm like,
mind you, this is after you sold 28 million.
I'm like, but I'm thinking like this is my session, right?
Hey, he's in your session.
Yeah. So he
asking who you are.
Right. Okay. So his man's like, I don't know. So his man go to my road manager like, yo, what's this nigga doing in our session? So we're like, no, this is our session.
Yeah.
And O.Dirty's like, I hate when Unique keep doing this shit. You know, they keep fucking up my rooms. So I'm like, Unique? Unique the studio in New York City? Because you gotta remember, to go to Unique, you gotta get in the elevator.
It's pretty much like quiet.
Enterprise, you just walk straight in. So I'm trying to figure out
how he confused.
What the fuck is he on to not know he's in California, not in New York, right? So we're going back and forth, Then finally they realize, oh, we're in the wrong session, in the wrong studio. I think you're supposed to be at Record Plant, right? Mm-hmm. So as the nigga about to leave, he goes, yo, what's that? So we're like, what's what? He said, what's that music in the background? So it was just the instrumental. Mm-hmm. He said, oh, some shit I'm working on. Yeah. I want to get on that. So it was like, I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, you can't get, like, and Clef was like, man, he said this to me, Curry, he said, man, just let that nigga doing your bullshit and we're going to erase this shit, right?
This is what I did. It's fun. This is my favorite fun story. Go ahead, continue.
So, all right, so he asked me what the record's about, so I'm telling him, so he goes, all right, cool. So we sitting there waiting for him to do his shit. So the music is playing in like 10 minutes. He's like, all right, I'm ready. So now I ain't seen him write anything. So I'm like, what the, okay. So he goes in the studio and the beat is playing and all we hear is, yeah. So the head is that? That. How does that? Well. Look at this nigga like, what the fuck, right? So then he says, give me another track. And he goes, you hear zip, zip, zip. Zip, zip. Yeah. And then he do that shit, he does it in. Yeah. So I'm sitting here, we're looking at the club like, this nigga is crazy, right? Then he said, give me another track. And he's laying words, but by pieces.
That's crazy.
On the fourth track, it was everything that you hear currently right now. So he did it backwards.
Ooh, that is genius.
Yo.
I've never heard of that.
He did it backwards.
I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
He was doing it by syllable?
No, so you know how like, okay, you do your first you lay your verse.
Right, and then you would do the
band.
So you say he did the ad-libs?
He did the ad-libs first. That's why we didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
I've never heard of that.
That's why we was like, yo, what the fuck?
I've never heard of that.
On the fourth track is when he laid the whole
Has your engineer, experienced engineer, have you ever heard a person lay their doubles and their ad-libs prior to laying their verse? I've never heard of that.
That's crazy. Like, yo, and it just fell in pocket, like just. Yo, rest in peace, Old Dirty, man.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, so that's my Old Dirty story.
So now you guys, this record comes out. It was obviously recorded, I don't want to say by accident, but like, you know.
With the Ghetto Superstar.
Ghetto Superstar.
That was accident.
Accident.
On the Old Dirty part. Because I knew Wu-Tang, obviously, and we did a couple shows with them in the past, but Wu-Tang and the Fugees, we didn't become cool till...
Yeah, because didn't y'all have like a problem? Yeah,
we had some beef.
Yeah. What happened? Yeah, explain that.
I don't really know. I just one time we was doing, because you know back in the days they used to just put artists together from different labels.
Because I remember Akinelli and ODB had beef, and it was on a Fuji show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just some weird shit, man. You know, we had a band, and we was trying to get into this place, and you know, Wu-Tang was super hot. We weren't really, we only had that Mona Lisa record, so we were semi-hot, you know. But we had a band, so the people in my band were ex-gangster niggas, right? So they felt like, man, fuck this shit, and Wu-Tang rolled deep, you know, the Killer Bees and all that, and it was just some riff happened, some bullshit, but obviously we became cool afterwards, right? So when Old Dirty Bastard came in the session, I didn't know, I never met him prior to that.
Wow.
You know? And then we just became cool.
And that was for the soundtrack of that movie, right? Bullsworth?
Bullsworth, yeah, Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
So how did Maya become a part of that record?
So... Jimmy Iovine, you know Jimmy Iovine.
Of course. Big up to the...
Big up to Jimmy Iovine. He calls me and tells me that... Because I was trying to get Monica or Brandy on the record.
Oh, wow.
But they had that record, The Boy Is Mine.
The Boy Is Mine, with Brandy and Monica.
Right.
Okay.
And Craig Cameron wasn't trying to clear Brandy.
Craig Cameron at Atlantic Records. He's still at Atlantic Records. Big him up.
Yeah, big up to Craig. So Jimmy calls me one day. I'll never forget this. He
Do
said,
you have an impression of Jimmy?
you know what, Pras?
We love impressions from CEOs, please.
It's a bad impression. But anyway, so he goes, I got this incredible girl. I think she'd be great for the record. So he sent me, at that time it was CDs. He sent me a CD, FedEx me a CD. And I'm driving my Ferrari and I'm playing this girl and I'm like, I don't get it, you know? Because it was R&B. I don't really I didn't get that kind of R&B. You know, R&B for me, I'm into the old school R&B. Gladys Knight, Marvin Gaye. Temptation, that's the R&B. So that nouveau R&B at that time, I didn't get it. So, but then my manager was like, because my manager used to manage Jimmy Iovine when he was a producer right before he started Interscope Records. Because Jimmy Iovine was gonna sign the Fugees. That's how I know Jimmy Iovine.
He just said that mad nonchalant. Like, come on, you gotta relax. Hold on. Did he just say his manager used to manage Jimmy Iovine?
So I was there when Jimmy started Interscope.
Get the fuck.
Because the Fugees almost went with Jimmy.
I'm getting so schooled right now. Like right now, I'm enjoy like this. I'm really enjoying this. Continue.
Because
I have no idea of this shit.
Yeah, you know, Jimmy used to be a producer.
I know that. I seen the Fired ones.
Oh, I never seen
HBO.
That. But yeah, he used to be a
HBO,
producer.
Okay.
And so he started.
And he was an engineer as well.
He was an engineer, exactly. Then he started his label with Ted Phillips.
It wasn't Geffen?
No, Ted Phillips. Okay. Ted Phillips was the billionaire guy.
That did CNN, no?
No, that's Ted Turner.
Yeah, Ted Turner, right.
So anyway, so they started Interscope, and I think one of the first artists they signed was Pop.
Yeah.
So Jimmy wanted to sign the Fugees. That's why he signed Black Eyed Peas too. So we went with I felt like Rough House would have been the best choice for us. So I made it. Matter of fact, they gave us the least amount of money. Rough House only gave us $125. Jimmy wanted to give us $600 at that time.
Wow.
You talking about back when they weren't like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so Jimmy called me and my manager David Sonnenberg was like, I think you may want to put her on the Ghetto Superstar. She looks okay because if you put her on there, he's more apt to spend more money. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because I said I can't get any one of the chicks anyway. Because it's either you get super hot chick or you get one of his artists. So I put Maya on it. And the rest is history, like they say.
Get up, superstar.
Sounds just like her.
Oh, look, you want me to hear the story? Maya fronted on me. It was so awesome. Like I like, you know, the crazy shit about me is I like getting fronted on. Like I actually do. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm like, oh, that's hard. Like I'm like, oh, that's hard. So look, let me just tell you what happened. Belly soundtrack. Belly soundtrack happens, right? So I'm hot. Raekwon and me do a record. Please Google this record has right now. Maya featuring N.O.R.E. and Raekwon. I have no idea what this record is. I don't remember. I was, you know. But what it was the video got held up. Right? So I go to the video and they're like, yo, you know, Ray's not gonna shoot his part. Moving out. So the original was with Silk the Shocker, correct? Can you Google that part too? I just want to make sure I'm on point. Yeah, because the original was with Silk the Shocker.
This is the Belly soundtrack?
This is the Belly soundtrack, my guy, right? So I'm talking about, I'm platinum at the time. Like, you know, I'm the man. So they hit me, a guy named was Hakeem Islam.
Oh, I know Hop.
You know, listen, I remember people in front of me. Trust me.
Going with that.
Trust me, I remember his first and last name.
Right.
So he comes to me and he's like, and I'm the guy at the time. So he's like, yo, I want you on, you know, this new chick Maya's record. So I was like, all right, bet. I'm not sure if it was before Ghetto Superstar or not, but I just did it, right? And then I go to the actual video. When I go to the video, they're like, yo, we can't film the video right now. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? I had never knew that people actually charge that extra fee for a video, right? I didn't know this shit, right? So they're like, yo, Raekwon ain't coming on set till he gets an extra such and such.
A bag.
That's, you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't remember what it was, but even if I did, I wouldn't say it. So I'm like, oh, word, and me, I'm the new humble kid.
Nice.
I don't even give a fuck.
Right.
I'm just like, can we film? I want to leave. and I stood there. I didn't ask for no money. I did. Raekwon stood his ground, stood, and he explained to me. He said, listen, my dude, you know, this is what we do. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm the guy that actually did it. So a year later, I called and I was like, yo, I want Maya on the record. Right. And Hakeem, said, yo, we not going in that direction right now. I was like, yo, my nigga. And that's exactly how I reacted. I laughed in his face, like, for real? Like, I'm the chosen one. You're fucking up. It's cool. Gave him a 5. And I never, and I blamed Maya, but I never actually think it was her. I think it was Hakeem.
Probably was Hakeem.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just me being petty. Bringing this all up and just throwing it out there. But it's the 100% the truth.
Old Dirty did the same thing too. Forget a superstar.
Get out of here.
And when he asked for his bag, it's not send me a wire transfer. Cash. That's how he came up with that record.
Oh baby, baby, give me some money. So don't you worry.
He told.
Dirty.
I don't want to say her name. If you know who she is, I ain't gonna say her name. But the label head at the time, he was like, "I'm not doing anything."
Wrong?
He said, "I'm not doing anything until I get a bag," and that's how the record came about. Get my money. Yeah. Yo, he stayed getting bags. We was on the set. He's like, I ain't shooting till you give me a bag. Jimmy had to bring a bag.
Wow.
Cash.
Wow. Yeah, I was so naive.
And when I say bag, I ain't talking about like 10 racks or anything like that. Like a bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They was getting. Listen, I was so naive to that shit. Like I just wanted to connect with other artists. Like, I was just cool. I was like,
you meant well.
I definitely meant well. But Ray looked at me and was like, listen, young man.
Young man, get that bag.
Go get that. So now, you guys, right? What is the most shocking thing of the accolades that you guys ever had? Like, what was the most, like, wow, I did this, I can't believe that.
What do you mean?
Like in your accomplishment, anything you did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you get had with Bill Clinton one time? I don't know. I feel like you did.
What, Bill Clinton?
Yeah. I feel like.
I know Bill, all that. I mean, but.
Make some noise and flight. He said, yeah, I know Bill.
God damn it.
No. I think the craziest thing was Princess Diana.
Let's break that down, bro.
So I used to, when we were in England, because England, so in England at that time, and I think we still probably in the top 3, top 4, but we were second as far as like biggest selling American artist behind Michael Jackson at that time, right? So I used to fuck around. Every time I go to England, I'm doing some interview radio, I'm shouting out Princess Diana. Like, yo, I want her in the video, take her out to dinner, you know. So the hotel I used to stay at is called Royal Garden, and the Buckingham Palace is literally across the lawn. And she used to come to the Royal Garden to work out. Okay, I've never seen her, but people would say, "Oh, she comes here all the time, whatever." Right? By herself, type of, you know, just cool out shit, whatever. So I'm shouting her out, and one day we did a concert. I don't know if Spice Girls was on that show, but it was like a big type of stadium, whatever. And she came backstage, because I was trying to get her to do a video. She came back.
You ain't had Snap back then. You would have had her on
Snap.
Snap.
Oh my God.
That would have been hard. You would have had her on the gram.
Yeah, but she came backstage, yo, and she gave me a nice little letter, you know, declining being on the
in the video.
But she like, I'm a big fan. I love your guys' music and what y'all represent. The whole refugee movement, you know, in Haiti, and you know, we're trying to do, you know, because you know, England colonized Jamaica. So she, you know, and she was like, well, you know, we always wanted to work with Haiti.
French colonized Haiti,
right?
Correct. Okay.
She was like, we always wanted to work with Haiti, but we love what you're doing, and maybe sometime in the future I can go down to Haiti and visit.
Right.
I'm just kicking it with her, and she gave me this letter. I'm like, God damn, this is Princess Diana.
Pretty crazy.
You know, I was trying to kick it to her, you know, like real subtle, like, you know, maybe you could give me your number, you know. But still, she came backstage and gave me a letter, you know, so That was exciting for me.
That was dope. I just seen recently, Cardi B got a letter from Bono. I guess that's what rich people do. They write letters. That's hard. Like, that's hard. Yeah. I ain't get a letter from nobody, Pras, so don't worry about it. Like this. No, I got a couple of letters. I don't remember. I've just been so high in my
But you know what
career.
it is? It's just, see, the thing is this. You got to remember, like, I grew up in an era where it was not cool to be Haitian. Like, I know niggas that used to act like they from Paris or
Jamaica?
from Jamaica or from fucking Montreal. But it was never Haiti. So I come from that era.
Wow.
And so to see that, yo, this music has gotten to the level where people having now different interests in Haiti and Haitians.
That's a beautiful thing, bro.
To me, that's my, because, bro, I remember when AIDS first came out, it was like it came from Haitians.
You said
eggs.
Oh, I thought you said eggs. I was like,
eggs,
for real? Y'all niggas
eggs.
made eggs?
No, eggs. They were like, it came from a woman. It came from a Haitian woman. So you gotta remember, as a kid, I'm seeing this, I'm like, yo, why they?
Oh, so you saying that's the reason why when Cypher Sounds had said something, that's the reason why the Haitian community had went down on him. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know what you just said. That
I didn't know they went down to Cypher Sounds. But no, man, yo, listen, because so you gotta remember. Now, there's a lot of Haitians right now that don't know the battlefields and the war, the struggle we went through. You know, like, and I've never denied me being Haitian, but see, I had an advantage because I was born here, and so growing up, my mom always gave me like the latest shit. So I would have the Corderville, remember the Goose. You know, I would have all that. So I was very Americanized, even though I had the Haitian culture with me. Right. So I wasn't one of them Haitian kids that couldn't go to school for like a month at a time. Right? There was a time. And then if you were in Brooklyn, that's a whole Erasmus Hall, all them different schools, you couldn't go. So to see everybody on this Haitian vibe when the Fugees came to me, that meant, because that's what I'm about. Like, I'm about the culture. You know, okay. It's
beautiful, right?
Who don't want the accolades? Yeah, you want the cars, you want the money, you want all that. But I got all that. I mean, you know, after a while, that doesn't become important anymore. You always want to get, money and live a certain lifestyle. But after a while, you're like. But also, we started at a very young age. Because my first money I made in the game, I was 14. I got $25,000. To do something stupid.
Damn, I've been hustling wrong. This nigga got $25,000 at 14. God damn it. Make some noise for a good motherfucker right here. Okay, continue.
No, but so, you know what I'm saying? So it's always, our mission was, yo, we're going to do this for Haiti, for Haitians. That has always been that's why from jump, we let the world know we were Haitian. It wasn't like after we popped off, oh, they happen to be Haitian. Right. The whole theme was, that's what Fugees stand for, refugees. We just took the R.E. out. Meaning like we represent Haiti and everybody who feel like they're a refugee. Whether you're Jamaican, you're Puerto Rican, you're African, whatever the fuck you claim, we representing that.
So now, you did a documentary. What was the name of the documentary?
Skid Row.
Skid Row. It was actually named Skid Row?
Yeah.
And I was, talking to a couple of brothers earlier, and I was like, yo, did you guys see the and they thought that this was a myth. They don't think that this is real.
No,
like,
it's real.
Explain this documentary for the people who don't know.
So my man, funny, Nas my man was talking to Nas to do this. So basically, in California, there's a section called Skid Row, downtown LA.
Yes.
It's the highest population of homelessness in America. So in a 10, 12 block radius, there's about 40,000 people that live on the streets.
In a 10 block radius, 40,000.
40,000.
Yeah, it's been like that for a very long time.
Well, they're trying to push them out now because they're building downtown LA Live, all that, right? So I remember when I did the documentary, there were no LA Live.
Right.
Now, what is LA Live? That's like a club?
No, LA Live, the area where you got Staples Center, downtown LA.
That's called LA Live?
Yeah, with the movie theaters, they just cleaned it up.
Okay. Continue, bro.
So my man comes to me and said, yo, I was trying to get Nas to do this documentary. I said, what is it? Basically, he wanted to do a social experiment. You go live downtown on the streets for 10 days straight. No access to phones, nothing. You just gotta survive. You get $10 and you gotta figure this shit out.
$10 a day or $10?
No, $10 for the whole duration. $1 a day. right? So I was like, fuck it, let me do it. So what they had to do...
Wait, come on, Pras. You ain't just say, fuck it, let me do it. You had to think about this.
Nah, I was just like...
For real? Like, come on.
But bro, listen.
Pras, you ate caviar before.
Hey, yo, my dude, let me say something. Let me ask you something. I've been kidnapped in Somalia. I've been
Angola?
I've been to North Korea. I've been to Iraq.
They kidnapped you in Angola.
No, but in Somalia, I got kidnapped by the pirates.
This is not Rakimio, right? This is not the promoter, Rakimio.
Who's that?
That's a promoter. He's from Angola.
No, I said Somalia.
Oh, okay. I'm just thinking. That's Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what Somalia?
Black Hawk
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Black Hawk Down, Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
You know those guys in Captain Phillips?
Don't tell me you
He's
was
like
down.
I interviewed one of them.
Keep the fuck out of it.
No bullshit.
I mean, the real one.
Come on,
Not
man.
the
Captain Phillips?
We're talking about the real one, man.
All right.
It was 4 of them. I interviewed 2 of them. Well, one of them I interviewed, but it was 2 of them together.
What?
I was supposed to go with them that day to just shoot them how they go do their shit. And that's the day they hijacked the ship, Captain Phillips.
This nigga
I was
Pras.
Somalia then for that.
This nigga Pras is amp. This
I'm
nigga,
telling you
this
straight
nigga's
up.
like,
Also, you got kidnapped during that film.
We got
I got kidnapped doing that filming.
No, continue, bro.
Yeah, so anyway, what the fuck was I saying?
Captain Phillips in the
I
mix.
still want to know how you got out of that kidnapping.
No, we were talking about something else before that.
Somalia, you were saying.
No, before I said I got kidnapped.
No, you're going about the movie, the Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Skid Row.
So anyway, Skid Row, I went downtown.
Right.
I had a hidden camera on me because you can't have cameras in Skid Row. They will murder you.
Can you explain why you can't have
Because
cameras?
people feel like you trying to exploit them and use them as a guinea pig.
Right.
So I had to immerse myself in that world.
And
so
there's mentally deranged people there too that'll go off on you.
Well, they're not really deranged, but that's a whole different thing. So I had a hidden camera on me, and we had 2 cameras in the vans to shoot from the van. So you can hear what I'm saying, you can see it from the hidden camera, and then you had the vans to give you the different angles. I slept on the sidewalk for 10 days straight. It rained. Rats came in my tent. I begged for money. I defecated on the sidewalk. It was pure trying to survive as a human being because I had access to nothing. 10 days straight.
That must have changed you.
I've never been speechless like this before.
It literally changed. You know why it changed my life?
Yeah, go there.
So when you homeless, right? So what's interesting when you look at the stats.
Please remember your thought, but I just want people to understand that this was your choice.
Yeah, this was my choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
It was my choice, as a social experiment.
Right.
So only 25 to 30% of the people who are homeless are what they call chronic homeless, meaning that they need some form of help or assistance from the government or from mental institution. Yeah. 25 to 30%. The 70% are regular folks like us who just lost their job, don't have a family member to go to or whatever, and they go down there to just trying to figure the situation out. Those numbers are staggering because you would think it's 70% who
are
more
mentally ill.
Right. So anyway, but the part that changed my life, so once I got down there, I had to figure out what my hustle going to be because obviously I can't survive on $10, right? So people have different hustles. Some of them, they go collect pallets. You know them things that they put
with the wood.
You know what a pallet is? The wood that you put products on when the machine goes pick up and trucks they put in the. You don't know what a pallet is?
They put it in containers. This is what they ship stuff
I
on.
was into shooting, so I don't know what the hell that is. I'm sorry, let's keep going.
All right, anyway. You get $10 for every pallet you bring back to the warehouse, right? Okay. The big wood thing,
So you're recycling pallets.
Or you can go get cans. I had
I'm familiar.
Right. Okay. I had a tent. You could rent out your tent. I didn't want homeless motherfuckers living in my tent, right? I was still kind of bougie, even though I was homeless, right? So
this is a private tent, motherfucker.
Right, it's a private tent. Fuck that, right? No sublet.
It's a sweet tent.
So I decided the best thing to do is panhandling. You know what panhandling is? That's when you go and beg for money.
Right.
So I went to this intersection downtown where all the cars are coming off the highway because I know it's traffic, so I'm going to panhandle for money. So it's real simple. Excuse me, so you have any money, money to spare.
You had a sign?
No, I didn't do a sign. I would go to the window, right?
Okay.
So
I need a sign, Pras.
No, I didn't want to go that deep, man.
Okay,
but I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up.
Okay.
So I'm getting some money. So the first day, in 2 hours, I made like $35. So I was like, yo, this is the ill hustle right here for me. I got this shit down pat. Because it's always like, you gotta smile. Excuse me, can you spare the change? You know, women love that shit, right?
Hold on, come on. So there's nobody like, yo, that's Pras. There's nobody.
No, but I remember, I had I had my full beard on. Okay. I had a hoodie on. So I straight up look homeless.
Okay.
Right? Only thing that, I remember this one lady was like, your teeth kind of white to be homeless, but that was it, right? So you said, I'm new. Right, I'm new to this shit. But what was ill, so one day, right, there's this guy comes up, and I try to, like, target certain people. Like, if you got a nice car, I figure, like, you can spare a little bit more money, whatever, right? So there's this dude that came up from the highway, red light, and it was a GT, Bentley, right? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get with this guy. So, and I don't like to touch people's car, you know, I just kind of like trying to make you notice that I'm there, right? And he's focused, he's just looking straight ahead, right? And I'm trying to get his attention, right? And he's just like bopping his head and not paying any attention to it. Now, mind you, because I have a hidden camera on, I also have an earpiece on, so the people in the van, if they have to warn me for something, they can tell me, the director, whatever, right? The director goes to me, yo, are you listening to what he's listening to right now? So I wasn't even paying attention, and then I just kind of like stop, and I'm listening, and he's bopping to Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Right?
Here we go.
And, right. It fucked me up.
I'm sorry, yeah. I just got unfocused.
It brought me to a fucked up spot.
Why did it bring you to a fucked up?
Because even though I knew I'm doing a social experiment, the interaction is real time.
Right.
Yeah.
In his mind, I'm this bum motherfucker trying to get money from him. If he knew it was me, he probably would have had a different conversation with me.
Oh yeah, open doors.
So right there, your emotion, how you feel is real. Like, damn, I'm home. Even though I'm not really homeless, but I'm homeless at that moment.
Right.
You see what I'm saying too? It just, cause it goes to show you how, you're at the end of the day. I just saw the Chris Rock. Did you see the Chris Rock stand up?
Which one?
The new one.
The Netflix joint?
Netflix joint.
Oh, damn, I ain't see that.
You gotta see it. It's funny.
Okay.
But he said something. He's telling a joke, but it's some real shit.
Right.
At the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck about you. The world don't give a motherfucking two shit about you. And my dad used to always tell me one thing, and I never understood what it meant till later on. He said, son, you never want people to abuse you, but at the same time, you always want to be used. Because if a motherfucker can't use you, you effectively useless. So you always want to be used. And it made sense, because if nobody has any value for you, they're not gonna fuck with you. It's a fucking cold, cold world. Bundle the fuck up.
Right.
This was deep. I'm speechless. Keep going.
I'm just saying.
That was hard.
I'm just saying.
That was hard. Oh my God, man. At this time, I want to bring all the Haitian people over here.
All my Haitian staff,
please.
all my Haitians over here.
Yeah,
Smitty, come on, Smitty.
Zoe, where's Zoe at?
Where's Zoe at? Zoe left?
He was in the car. What's up?
Where's Zoe at? Zoe left?
This nigga just went to the car.
No, that's a beautiful thing, because me hearing you, speaking about, repping Haitian people.
I know.
And
Get a chair, baby. Get a chair.
and hearing that, and to hear like people just come out and support you like this. She's doing her thing on Love and Hip Hop right now.
Congratulations.
Every Monday we watch you, and the crazy thing is I know you. Like I met you prior to that,
Yeah.
and your heart is so pure. So for me, like seeing you, like
Yeah.
on Love and Hip Hop, and showing that pure heart of yours, because
Thank
we
you.
already know you can sing and you're a talent and all that,
Yeah.
but that's dope, and I want to big you up. Let's make some
Thank
noise.
you.
Let's make
I
some noise.
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And Smitty, let's
Stop.
Nah. You know why, Smitty? Because you're one of those guys that was in the industry and you kind of fell back, and you kind of like didn't care that you fell back.
I had a gift. My gift was writing. And the industry convinced me that being a star was better. So I ran with it. And when that hit me in the face, I was like, why didn't you stay with your gift? That's how you made your money. So y'all can have it. Let's write some records. That's my man.
Let's make some noise.
It was a good run, though. I loved it. A lot of alcohol and money. Yeah, man.
A couple bitches.
You know, now I'm in the studio all week. Oh, stop. Good shit, though.
And what's your name, sis, right there?
My name is Candace.
Candace, come on. Let's talk to the mic. Okay,
What's up, y'all?
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I feel like I should just
for it.
do it.
Yeah,
So
let's do it.
Candace is a Haitian-Cuban artist based out of
Haitian
Miami.
and Cuban. God damn it. Let's make some
And
noise.
she's the mix. And she's one of the illest dancers, but yet she's like ridiculously talented. She's a huge social influencer in the community, and
Yeah.
I like that.
Lady represent thick, bro.
She said influencer. That felt like a N.O.R.E. language right there. I like that.
She is.
That is
What do you
dope.
have, like almost 1 million followers? Like, she's
dope.
yeah, she's dope.
That's no surprise. How do you feel? Like, you know, what you said earlier, you said, like, it wasn't, like, cool at one point growing up, like, to be Haitian, and you see these people right here, successful people, and trying to be even more successful, and repping that Haitian flag with them. How does it feel?
Come on, man. Listen, you know, without getting deep into it, you always feel good because at one point it wasn't like that.
Right.
And when you know the history, the Haitian history, listen, man, we helped free the Greeks, South America. We helped America with the Louisiana Purchase, 21 states because we defeated Napoleon. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, Haitian discovered Chicago, the city that Obama rep, we discovered that. You know what I'm saying to you? So the history is great. So, we want to put the shit out there. So when I'm seeing, you know, this generation doing what they doing, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? This shit is spreading. Listen, I don't tell motherfuckers I'm black. I say I'm Haitian. You know what I'm saying to you? Got the pig socks on.
That's some funny shit.
Haitian shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't say I'm Haitian.
But real quick, N.O.R.E, see, my thing was, though, for me, which a lot of people don't know, and this was a big confusion about me when I came up in my run. I'm not Haitian. I'm a lot like you. I'm Bahamian, Haitian descent, American. I was the first, I won't say the first, because there's artists before me. You got Red Eyes, you got a lot of other guys like that.
Yeah, Zopound,
but
Miami,
Zopound, I was the first in a major situation to say my hood is Lil Haiti. So see, I was putting Lil Haiti, or trying to put it on my back at the time where the world didn't understand. Just because you're from Lil Haiti doesn't mean you're Haitian. It's Dominicans, it's Bahamians,
like you
predominantly.
Spanish, right?
You see what I'm saying? Like, exactly.
Yeah.
So people didn't know that dichotomy, and I didn't really like.
Hold on, talking about using big words. That nigga said dichotomy. And that was hard. I respect that.
Jay told me to read. Jay said
dichotomy. I gotta look that up.
So for me, it was confusing because you'd have people that was championing me as I'm representing the Haitian culture. That's my bloodline. I'm talking about Felicis, St. Remy's, like all like that's me. You know what I mean? As well as Nassau, Freeport, as well as my American side. And if you from Lil Haiti, you understand where I'm from. You know what I mean? But when you wasn't back when I did it, it was like, what you mean you from Lil Haiti in the United States? That didn't make sense. So it is beautiful to see it on a large scale with Zoe Dollars and everybody else that's putting it out there, because it's now more comfortable for me to be, I'm from Lil Haiti, what you mean? What we doing? So you know what I mean? So for me, I would love to clear up. A lot of confusion in my rise to my
that's a beautiful
position.
thing, man. That's a beautiful thing.
And real quick, I want to shout out while we're talking about Lil Haiti. My boy Winnick, which you met.
Yes, sir.
He's like my little brother. His family are one of the founders of Lil Haiti.
Absolutely.
The Blake family, yeah.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Winnick and my boy Ross, man. Yeah, the family got the portrait, the mural up in there. So
LA's for life, 54, baby. What's up?
See, that's crazy because I don't know the nigga that founded Spanish Harlem. I don't know him at all. You know the nigga that founded Lil Wayne?
Well, his grandfather did.
Oh, all right.
I remember the nigga who started Spanish Harlem, right? Probably founded it like in the early 20th century, right? So you wouldn't know who that person is.
It's the first year.
When you look at the migration of when the Puerto Ricans started to migrate to New York, especially,
And Cubans.
Well, Cubans really went. See, there was two migrations for Cubans. They came in the early. No, I'm just saying there was two waves.
Right.
They came in the early 20th
Before the revolution.
Right, before the revolution.
Just throwing that out there,
And then they came in the 80s, obviously, when Castro was just getting real crazy with it. But, so anyway.
Right. So, no, it's just, we've been getting intelligent. I like getting intelligent sometimes.
Well, now we gotta go back down to some shit.
So, no, here's the crazy thing is, as hip-hop, especially with you, right?
Okay.
Loving hip-hop. What made you choose to do like something like that? Like, because
It was tough for me, and honestly, Khaled and E-Class said no when it first came around.
Okay, continue.
And so when they started filming the pilot and looking for talent, they approached me, and Khaled and E-Class was like, nah, that's not the look. We're not doing that. So I turned it down. But a year later, when it came back around and they were actually like in pre-production, they were getting ready to film, they hit me up and was like, yo, so what you doing? Like, you sure you don't want to do
Was
this?
it Marty who hit you up?
It was definitely Marty who hit me up. Yeah, she's my producer.
Big up Marty.
Big up Marty.
Yeah, big up
And
Marty.
I just felt like I was at a point in my career. It was like no fault of Khaled's, but he got lost on a jet ski one day, and that was it. Like he went viral, and his career completely changed. So
and you had to be happy for him.
and I'm very happy for him. But at the same time, he was busy.
Right. Yeah.
He was busy. So I found myself, I put out a record with the Migos, and I didn't really have that same push I had with Saturday.
Saturday.
It was a vibe. It was a vibe.
Go ahead.
So I just looked back at the year and was like, I could have, I could have done more. I could be doing more. And Khaled's busy, and E-Class opened 5 finger lickings. So it was like I can't sit here and not do something. So I made the decision to do the show. I took it upon myself against their advice.
And how? Okay. And you, that being said, like how so far has your experience? Yeah.
It was tough for me because I'm a very positive person, and I like to be around like-minded individuals and artists and talented people. And I'm not saying there aren't people like that on the show.
You had beef recently with the girl.
I never have beef.
The show is based on conflict.
I never have beef. Yeah. So
it's all about conflict.
Exactly.
No, I gotta watch the show. Trust me, I'm good at this. It was the girl, the $1 million girl. She said...
Oh, yeah, the $1 million JoJo.
She's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Where's Zoe? Zoe just walked in.
Joey, what up?
Oh,
yeah. So, like, how is that? Like, because that's the one thing, like, I don't want to really, no, but I'm a fan of,
the show.
It's for me. It was almost like the new Jerry Springer.
It is.
I really
is.
love Jerry
you gotta
Springer.
learn to understand what it is, and I understood going into it what it was, and I know that the show derives on negativity for ratings, and it is what it is. But it's also a platform to showcase my music and say, "Yo, I'm out here."
Yeah,
and
you do it right.
This is what I'm doing. Exactly.
Exactly.
And she was an amazing example because Cardi had just come out. Remy just had like a smash. Remy's Remy, but the show was a platform for her also, and also K. Michelle has an amazing experience with it too.
Big up K. Michelle.
Yeah, shout out to K.
Yeah.
But I just had to stay positive in that situation, and I understood what it was, and also I know that like I'm gonna be great with or without the show, and I understand that there's some people who like. The show is, is what they have. So when it's time to turn up for TV,
it's a perfect platform.
It's time to turn up for TV.
If you know exactly what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's a perfect platform. Now Zoe Dollars. Let me make some noise for Zoe motherfucking Dollars, man. What's up with you and Joe Budden? You got beef? What's going on, man? What is going on? Let's get to the look. You give me that look. It's just the first question, N.O.R.E.
I don't got no beef for Joe. I just had to let him know something.
What initially happened for y'all even to like have any type of static at all?
I just felt like he came out character when he was talking about N.O.R.E, which is the person that signed me, so I didn't really respect that.
Oh yeah, no. So then now did you make a record? What was that?
I didn't make a record. I just told him next time you say something about N.O.R.E, I'll run into him and punch him in his mouth.
Let's make some noise for that.
We're trying to be positive, man. I'm all about black love.
I didn't know how to react to that at all.
That's cool. There's no beef.
No.
He tweeted me and he tweeted
Y'all
me.
cleared it up?
No, we didn't clear it up. He just tweeted something about me, and then when I got on the BT cipher, I said, don't go Joe Budden instead of Eric Benet.
So let's actually, cause like we're on the opposite side of what he does,
right?
And it's all love,
of course.
But you know, we like to big up our people. Like, if a person's on the Drink Champs or a part of us, we that's our motto. It's not to say that that's the opposite.
No, of course.
But it feels like the new generation doesn't respect him, as opposed to us, where we do respect the new generation.
Don't respect who?
Joe don't respect the new.
Yeah, I think it's probably him talking about
Can you? Because we've seen this disconnect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you like explain like why Amigos wouldn't like him or something like that? Neither.
I mean, the Migos thing came from him talking about Yachty. You know, Yachty's QC, and that's
quality control.
Yeah, and then I feel like the young cats, like myself and the rest of us who feel some type of way about him, it's just because he don't show us the respect that we show the OGs. Like, I respect Joe Budden as a lyricist. Whatever you had one hit song, but we know the lyrics that you have, like you fire. Just give us young guys our credit too. But he always discrediting us or down talking us like, y'all supposed to be the OGs. We, the young hip hop, look up to the OGs coming up. Everybody knew Pump It Up. You get what I'm saying? Like, why are you not giving us our credit?
I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of interesting to hear you say that because as an OG, sometimes we don't hear that from the younger generation.
Yeah. Man,
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm
gonna say this to you.
You just made me feel crazy.
I'm gonna say this to you.
Good,
as an OG, I can tell you why you don't hear that, right?
Okay.
It's because we get caught up in remember when we were coming up?
Yep, I was gonna go there.
So when we were coming up, we had the old motherfuckers saying, man, this shit that they doing ain't really what hip hop, right?
Facts.
So we find ourselves doing the same shit when it's like, yo, you passing the torch, them niggas doing their thing. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you, this era is a better fucking era than our era. As far as like entrepreneurship, black entrepreneurship.
100%.
Because we were on a plantation when we was back in the day. Them niggas, they went up there, had their tummy fucking railroad, and them niggas were free, and they owning this shit. They making the money. Yo, when we had signed our bullshit deal with a label, they fucking own us. Now, you had to sell, listen, let me tell you something. The only reason I could say that the Fugees seen money, because we sold so much ridiculous records that it was kind of like, and by the way, by the way, let me tell you something.
Many.
The album cost $135,000 to make. Columbia only spent about $200,000 because they were like, oh, y'all gonna probably get in the top 10 and do the hip hop drop. Right. The shit kept climbing. By the time they went to spend marketing money, we was already at like $2 million. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like, that's the only reason why we made money, because we sold so many records. And they giving each of us $5 million check. Like,
the recoup was nothing because they didn't spend nothing.
Bro, it cost $175,000 to make the score.
Yeah.
$135,000. I just want people to understand the business sense of what the fuck he just said. It sold 25 million. It cost $135,000.
300 with marketing, right?
That flip was legendary.
That minimal investment, big payoff.
That's how you know you're a drug dealer. Let's make some noise for Zoe Dollars being a drug dealer. You pulling a flip? That's exactly how I'm thinking of it.
So
you spent 130 and make.
I'll spend 130 any day to make back 25 million.
So I say this to say though, I'm going back to my point. My point is that for me, because people always ask me, yo, what do you think about what's going on right now? I say, I love it. I mean, obviously.
And then when they ask you what's going on, they saying the climate of music or the content of the music?
I think both. You know what I'm saying?
Continue.
No, you can make argument for both.
You can debate it, yeah.
You can debate. You can say, listen, there's things I feel like, listen, in our generation, we have an advantage that they didn't have. And I can say the same thing about the advantage that they have now. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, can you explain the difference? What was the advantage that we had and what's the advantage they have now?
I believe that the advantage that they have, what I love about this generation, it's all about, is the shit piping or not?
Right.
In our generation, who's the fucking producer? Who you down with? who fucking side artists you got, all this bullshit, you knew that.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
If Pharrell back, Neptune's producing your shit, if Timbaland producing your shit, Diamond D producing your shit, if you didn't have that shit, motherfuckers ain't fucking with you. Here, niggas don't give a fuck. It's the shit. You feel me? Now on that instance, gunshot for that, bro. You can't, because it's all about the art. Whether you like it or not, it's about the art.
And you can create your own lane now.
I could make the argument that in our generation we probably have more icons. We produce more icons.
Yeah,
right?
because it's what you said is legendary. So I do not want to cut you off, but I do also want to ask. So does it make it more because, like you said in R, we made icons. So now a lot of times these people are making just for that one moment.
It doesn't matter though. That's because you know what? Let me say something to you.
Okay.
I remember we got into a fight with KRS-One on stage.
You got to talk about the KRS-One fight.
Let's
go into the KRS-One fight.
Fist fight. Because KRS-One felt like the shit that we were doing was not hip hop at that time. He felt like that wasn't hip hop. And that's what I'm saying. You got these old motherfuckers, man. They're so hard. They don't want to let go to like, I want to hold on to this shit. No, my nigga, pass this shit to the young G, man.
KRS-One right now. That's like one of my favorite.
No, he's my.
Why was KRS is mad then, yo?
It was some shit. Oh, you know what it was? You know that record,
Mini Money.
No. That record he did with the record he did with his artists, them two niggas.
Step into
Channel Live. That was our record he took.
No.
KRS-One came to Brooklyn Basement. Yes. KRS-One came to that fucking studio, gave us that fucking record thing. Yo, next day I'm watching MTV, I'm seeing these two niggas, I'm like, what the fuck? I know this nigga. But I'm just saying, that's what happened. So it was like, all right, whatever the fuck. We didn't care because we had Fuji, la, ooh, la, 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 all that shit, right? But then we did a show together. Oh, I know why he got mad. It was our fault. We fucked up.
This nigga drunk without being drunk. Make some noise to Pras, goddammit. That nigga did some drunk shit sober. I respect it. Go, Pras.
So what we used to do when we would open up, that's what Puff never wanted to, Puff and Biggie never wanted to perform with us, because what we used to do, we would take your hottest record and freestyle over it.
Oh yeah, Lauren did that to me one night. I did not like it. Oh my God, she did ban from TV one night. I came out, I was like, yo, hold up, Lauren, what are you doing? Right. Nobody's gonna want me to perform that. Lauren? I'm sorry.
So that's what happened. We took 1, 2, 3. The crew is called Refugee. Which is the top.
Y'all was foul back then. Now I'm realizing.
So he came on stage, he's like, yo, I ain't even like you niggas, and you did this to me. That's how we got into the fight. But whatever, but I mean, we made up after that. But the point I'm saying is, you got a lot of OGs that don't want to go with the time, man. It's a new time. It's a new era.
The OGs just gotta accept that they not gonna have 2 million followers.
Right.
And then us young niggas, we gonna be getting 2 million followers, a lot of likes, a lot of trolls.
But real niggas understand that when it's your time, you gotta move over.
Exactly.
That's
but see, I'm gonna be honest with you. I be having an argument with my own people. Like, I'm constantly hearing, well, this shit ain't. I'm like, yo, bro. Like, I remember when motherfuckers was saying that about us.
Yeah, that's my same story.
You know what I'm saying too? So for me, and don't get me wrong, I don't care what it is. There's always gonna be some bullshit. There was bullshit in our zone. In this generation, you're gonna see some bullshit. Right. But then there's some other shit that's just piping hard. You can't deny this shit. It's what the fuck it is.
Yep. Facts. Every era had that.
Yeah.
The 2000 era had Soulja Boy.
Yep.
I didn't even think of that. Wow.
When Ross was piping, when T.I. and Jeezy and all of them were piping, it had Soulja Boy in the middle of them.
So I'll tell you something better than that. People tell you that one of the best eras in music is the 90s, right? And there's people who will tell you that some of the best eras in music is the 80s. You know what we had in the 80s? We had MC Hammer and we had Vanilla Ice.
Exactly.
And they would be welcome on Drink Champs. Because I understand exactly who they were. I understand exactly what they did. I understand exactly what it was.
Yep.
And the thing about it is, that's the thing about music. See, see, the reason why people should be paid in music more than anything else in life is we put our whole life in front of the fucking world, right? And if our shit don't work, guess what? We can't never say, oh, I'm gonna just take my face off and I'm gonna just go back into normal life. Some of us are lucky. Some of us is lucky to say, yo, I can take their face off and they might not see. But I don't give a fuck if you had a hit record, if you had 2 fucking views, if you had 3 million fucking views, there's somebody in this world who looked up to you that you can't take that shit back.
At all.
You can't take it back. You influence somebody somewhere. That's why music people should be played like fucking baseball fucking players.
Well, but the money does exist. The only problem is that you have this institutional entity that's set up to not let us. Think about this, right? I'm gonna tell you something deep. Do you know we're the only one, when you look at any genre of any business, anything, whether you go work for a hospital, you're a doctor, you're in medicine, engineering, sports, athletes, actors, we're the only one don't have any insurance.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
Think about that. Yo, cause now let me say this to you.
We've been talking about
rest
this
in peace to my man Five Dog. Yo, if Five Dog could have a little something better, maybe he would have went out like that. This shit, yo, my nigga, it's some real shit. Yo, music don't give a fuck about. Yo,
musicians. That's bigger.
They don't give a fuck about
it. That's bigger than just hip hop. That's musicians.
Yo, that's in general,
we need
bro.
like a SAG,
That's
like
in
a
general.
union type of
That's in all SAG.
Right.
SAG is really for actors.
No, I'm saying we need our version of it.
Right. We need our version of it because yo, it doesn't make any sense.
Because
everything we doing for all the money that these labels made, that we don't have something, a little something, like if something happens to me, come on, man, that shit is crazy.
Like, just think about it. Like, let's just say, like, I'm using you for an example. It's probably a bad example, but I'm using you, right? No, I'm just keeping it real, right? So you're from the streets. You're from the streets of Miami, right? You're doing all this positive things, but now you jump in the car with your homie. You leaving the office. And your homie say, yo, ride with me. And then y'all get pulled over. And none of this shit in the car is yours, but you just roll with your homie for a second. Right. There should be a hip hop union that says, we understand that. You understand? We're gonna get Zoe dollars. We're gonna go motherfucking take and be, like, yo, I kid you not. This was some crazy shit. One time I got locked up and Leo Combs had everything set up for me. Like, it was like he waited for me to get locked up. Like, he was just, I kid you not, he was like, bar cleaner called me, my bail money was here, I knew what time I was going to the bail. I was like, what the fuck? Like, they were so experienced at Def Jam. I was coming from Tommy Boy, I was like, they didn't know what the fuck to do when I got locked up. But what I'm trying to say is, that should be something where you know, you just made a simple mistake. You just got in the car with your homie, to go to the office or go to King of Diamonds or something like that. This should be something that protects you for putting in that work, for being, you know what I'm saying? For sitting there and saying, you know what? Like, DMX said something on this podcast. This was like our third podcast.
Third or fourth, yeah.
And he said, I stopped hating whack rappers. And we all stopped. He got quiet and he said, what the fuck? Why did you say that? And what do you mean? He said, I stopped hating whack rappers. We said, why do you not hate whack rappers? And he said, because at least one rapper employs 6 or 7 other people from the hood. Yeah. So no matter if he don't like them or not,
creating opportunities.
He's creating opportunities and he's helping other people from the hood make it out.
But see, that's why I always say to you, see, people say to me, they look at me like, yo, you know, why are you so happy, like, when people see me? I mean,
So you got on 3 Cartier braces. We know why you're happy. And you can't, this nigga, first off, let me just throw this out there. This is the most expensive gift I've ever got. on Drink Champs, period. He gave me 3 Petite Philippe's, right? I'm a watch guy as well. I didn't spend $250,000 on the Petite Philippe. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. But I definitely, excuse me, I knew that. I knew I wasn't pronouncing it right. But for now, listen, you're gonna make me spend $250,000 to get one just to put it in there. You're a fucking blessed guy.
No, but I was saying, I was talking to somebody and I said, what hip hop has done for the culture, where would we all be if hip hop didn't exist? Right? That's why, because somebody asked me an ill question, and that's why I don't like doing interviews. Because the reason I don't do interviews is because they like to revert back and try to ask me, how do I feel about Wyclef and Lauren?
Right.
And so
we
I'm
didn't
like,
ask you about that.
You didn't ask me about that, but I'm saying, I'm glad
this
you
is
did.
real hip hop.
But this is right.
Yes.
But they asked me,
continue.
well,
but thank you for pointing it out.
Right.
Appreciate it. Go ahead, continue.
They asked me, how do I feel about their success?
Right.
I said, I'm happy. Well, are you happy that Lauren sold more records than you? Right. I said, why wouldn't I be happy? Right. What the fuck is that to be happy about? Right. Like, just because you haven't heard me doesn't mean I don't exist. I got the most incredible fucking life on this planet.
Talk that shit.
You feel what I'm saying to you?
Talk that shit.
Because of Lauren and Wyclef and my ingenuity, I'm able to say I could fly private. I'm able to say I got my home in Beverly Hills. So I got a real paddock on with real diamonds.
Talk that shit. Talk that shit, bro.
$400,000. Real shit.
Damn, I gotta go. My shit. I thought it was $250.
No, that's it if you get the diamonds.
Oh, yeah. Look at your face. It's different. Keep talking. Let me be quiet. Keep talking.
You know what I'm saying? My shit is not bust down. My shit is for real. Factory.
Yeah. Factory.
So I say this to say, that's why I'm always the nigga who's happy for people. That's why when I see the young G's, I'm happy, man, because I'm like, yo, this is something we created. Right. Like, yo, we living off. Nigga, think about this. I'm sitting here talking to my man on some bullshit. We're just reminiscing. Who the fuck? Nurses can't do that. Engineers can't do that. Wow. People in the corporate world can't do that. They got a 9 to 5. This is our 9 to 5. The lifestyle is your career. Yeah.
I think we should slow clap for this.
I'm just
you know when a nigga say something deep, you slow clap.
I'm just saying, man.
That's a slow clap.
I'm just saying.
No, keep going, bro.
No, I mean, I don't want to take. I'm just saying, like, it's just. So when I see a young Haitian, that's my bag.
Oh, my bad. I love your bag.
Oh, you love my bag?
I'm just saying. I was like, yeah. All right, I'm sorry, a young Haitian. My bad.
No, I'm just saying, when I see, this beautiful woman representing Haiti, my man Zoe Dollars.
Zoe Dollars.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Representing the hood.
Representing the hood, you know what I'm saying? It's that shit is beautiful, man.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm sorry.
It's Candace.
Candace.
Haitian Cuban.
A real Haitian Cuban. First of all, getting her name right, baby.
What was her name? I forgot.
She follows me.
Candace. Okay, my wife got your back.
Follows me.
Yeah, my wife got your back.
Cuban coalition.
Yeah, my wife is Cuban. Listen, him and my wife, this, and my wife, my partner and my wife, they basically made me like an honorary Cuban, and then I'm already an honorary Haitian. So like I'm mad confused, like in life, like I'm just like an honorary everything. And then I'm an honorary Dominican. That's what you thought I was Dominican.
But she's dope.
That's right.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Good shit.
So, Pras, why isn't the Fugees together right now? I mean, where's Shaheem Reed at? Before you answer that, where's Shaheem Reed at?
Shaheem in the cut.
He left? Okay. Well, it was crazy, right? Here's the craziest shit, right? I spoke to my friend Busta Rhymes. You know Busta, of course, we all know Busta.
That's my man, big up to Busta.
And me and Busta just talking out the blue, and Busta said, yo, I said, what's up? And he goes, yo, Nas just told Shaheem Reed some real shit. Then I said, what was that? And he goes, Shaheem Reed asked Nas like, when his next album is coming out. And Nas said, I think the game is cool without me, right?
Wow. That's crazy.
That's scary, bro.
But it's also luxury. Just think about it.
It is luxury.
Yeah.
Because when you're a rapper, and I gotta speak from a rapper's point of view, I don't know from R&B perspective, but from a rapper's point of view, look, you always go back in to do that next album, to get up, to hit the road, to get up, and then that cycle keeps going. But what happens is when that part of your life just erases, where you just say, fuck an album. You don't have to do an album.
Because you're already a legend.
But he reached a certain threshold where he's exploring different, and that's
kind of what you were already talking about.
Right, he's exploring a whole different world, you know?
Yeah.
So, listen.
Because the world's gonna say, Pras, where's the next album?
Right.
So are you at that level where
what level?
Where it's like, fuck album.
Yeah, I mean, listen, look, bro. I tell people this, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this.
Right.
I probably got more money than your top 10 favorite rappers out right now.
Talk that shit, Pras. Talk that shit, Pras. Talk that shit, Pras.
And it's just because I invested my money.
They always said Pras was the business guy of the Fugees. Is that correct?
Period. I mean, I was always the nigga, like, I knew one thing. Once I left the hood, I said, I ain't going back there, yo. By no circumstances. I'm not going back there. The trajectory from being to the hood to where I go, I couldn't let that shift back there. You feel me? So I made sure, like, and I try to teach, whoever wants to hear that, like, yo,
talk that shit.
This is not ever going to last forever. So you got to worry about the bell curve in your life. And you got to say, I'm going to keep this, I'm going to trick this, I'm going to invest this. Because you never know when that time comes to slow. So when people sitting here seeing me driving the Wraith, like you said,
beautiful.
They're like, it's a bespoke, by the way.
Excuse me?
Bespoke.
I don't even know this rich language you're talking. Okay, let's go.
Bespoke just means like where you get it custom made.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But
I don't even know what that means. I gotta step my life up. Thank you, Pras. Go ahead, continue.
No, but I'm just saying, it's just a beautiful thing to be able to know that because of this hip hop thing.
Of course, hip hop.
Yo, I'm always gonna revert back to. You gotta remember, so I went to college, right? So I dropped out my senior year, the beginning of my senior year.
Damn.
Label was like, yo, y'all gotta make a decision. Y'all gonna go on the road or whatever, right? Damn. And obviously my mom hated that because she a Haitian.
They don't get it.
Went to Yale, like how you don't finish and get your degree, right? But I knew this is where. If I didn't have hip hop, I'm gonna say this to you. If I didn't have hip hop, I probably would have graduated from college, get into finance, work in Wall Street. Right now, at this point in my life, I probably would have been married, have 3 kids. I would have hated my life, hate my wife, hate my kids. No, I'm just saying because this is my life. Hip hop, like I'm able to do
that creative outlet.
I definitely didn't see it going that way. I know some happy people without music. Come on, Pras. Come on. You can, Pras.
Maybe I stretch it a little. Yo, I don't know what
Just blueberries a little bit.
got me lit a little, but no, but I'm just saying it would. But what I'm saying is,
I know what you mean, though.
You said something very interesting. As an artist, when you putting music out there, or you creating, or you acting, you putting your naked self out there.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like the guy who made this bottle. If I say, man, I hate this fucking blueberry shit. Yeah. He's somewhere sleeping. He cool. We don't know this dude is, right? Yeah. But if you say, I hate this artist right here, and you start trolling him with it,
take that face off.
That artist he may act like he don't care. Listen, it affects him a little. Like, damn, why the fuck this motherfucker don't like my shit? Right? This nigga don't care if he doesn't like it. Most of you probably wouldn't like organic blueberry. Right? Real nigga shit. I'm just saying, right?
I'll tell you a funny story. But please remember your point. Please remember your point. But I'll tell you a funny story one day. One day, when I was first about to become Capone and N.O.R.E, a dude came on the train. I was going to Unique Studios. And he was leaving from the train stop from Unique Studios. So he stood there and he took off his McDonald's hat and he took off his shit. And he just was like, boom. And we were just talking. And I was getting off the stop. And I would have traded my life a year later to be like that. Like once I took off my hat, I wanted to not be N.O.R.E no more. Right. I didn't know I could never turn that back off. I didn't know that. I did
But let me ask you something. Where you at right now in your life, right?
Yes.
Think about this.
Oh man.
For 75 years straight, the number one genre of music, selling wise, was rock and roll worldwide. 75 years straight, they were crowned. Last year, June, they got decrowned by hip hop. So now hip hop is the number one genre. It's hip hop, rock, country, then pop, or pop country, some shit like that, right? Knowing what you know now and where you at now, do you feel like you have any regrets?
I have plenty of regrets.
I mean, regrets, listen, my father always told me, you have to take both good and bad in life. Because what happens is you can't just love the good. Right? Because if you just love the good, then
you gotta love the bad.
You gotta love because the bad is what helps you to get
that's
to your journey.
That's why the 5% lessons they say you gotta love hell or right. Meaning you have to actually go through hell to come out, right?
Right. But what I'm saying is, when you look at what you're doing right now, right? You probably never thought after your first, because you're on your second curve right now.
Maybe my third, but go ahead. I had a whole Spanish career. I went Spanish for a little bit.
You're right, you did go Spanish.
I went Spanish in y'all niggas. I left y'all niggas for a long time. I went Spanish for y'all. Yeah. I helped y'all introduce reggaeton. I gave it to y'all now. Now they y'all problem. I gave y'all reggaeton like this is y'all shit. You know what I mean? I'm over here in the podcast world. I'm so sorry.
No, but don't you feel like this is the best thing that ever happened to you?
It's music.
It's hip hop. I mean,
yes, hip hop.
I'm bro. Listen, even with all my travels, I probably got 10 million miles to travel, right? And all my success, all my accolades, and everything. I'm still
goddamn, I'm sorry.
I'm still marveled at this what hip hop have led me to be at.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Yes. And I don't want to keep belaboring the point, but I just always want to give thanks, man, because it's just so fucking beautiful.
Slow clap, y'all. That's a slow clap. You gotta do that with aggression. No, that's real shit, because the thing about it is that's real shit. Is where music can actually bring you. With your thought, and then you gotta think about what music actually is. Like, have you ever seen like mosaic art and all these Picassos? They start with a white paint, right? That's what music is. Music, we start with nothing. It starts with a beat. The guy can be in the studio. Maybe he's not. But the beat just plays and we just think of this.
Create a masterpiece.
And then you create something out of nothing. And that should always be saluted. That should always be respected. And I just want to say, as a musician, as a person who they quote unquote say, who sat in a locker room. That's the reason why me and my partner DJ EFN to the right of me, they say that this is why the Drink Champs work, but because he's actually a real DJ. This is not no fucking DJ that fucking he still won't fuck with the
Soraki,
I just don't use it like that.
He's a vinyl guy. He still wants to bring crates, and I
ain't taking it to the club no more though.
But that's what like it sits me, and I say, damn, that's like the essence of hip hop. Like I remember going to London, and these guys wouldn't let me go in the club because they wanted to do a spray paint of Capone and Noriega before we walked in, and I was just like, what? Like niggas ain't hip hop like that. Like we're not really doing. Like we love hip hop, but niggas ain't spraying spray paint.
And the break dancers that you had to walk.
And then the break dancers, they're not really doing that in New York. I'm just telling y'all. Yeah. But they did that for me. Like in London, I'm like, oh my God.
Like they take it to the extreme. But you know what it is? When you go outside of America, they have such an affinity for the culture. We take advantage. We basically take advantage of the culture. I mean, not take advantage.
Take it for granted.
Take it for granted, yes.
They don't care, you know what I mean? It's like, but I can tell you stories. Like I remember when niggas used to iron their laces. You used to put your clothes up the night before to figure out what you're gonna wear. I don't even want to go there, but I'm just saying. Go.
We had this on Drink Champs. Go, Pras, go.
I never heard of nobody ironing their laces.
I did.
That's crazy.
Your Fat Farm laces? Had an iron.
Yo, listen, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Can you tell them? Listen, let me tell you. By the way, I remember when you could tell who was a gangster nigga based on what they wore. Like, you don't wear Timbs if you ain't gonna bust no guns.
Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, I remember that era.
I'm
definitely there with you now.
Right?
Yes.
Come on, man.
That was a little bit before me. I'm 40. You 43, right?
Yeah.
Those 2 years. But now I'm back with you.
I'm just saying, like, how, like, this hip hop shit when we. Like, I remember the first hip hop record I heard on the radio station was not that fucking hippity bop shit.
Not the hip.
No. When I heard Sucker MC, that was Run
DMC. That was the first hip hop record
on the radio on BLS.
Yeah. Where was you at?
Crazy. I was in the park getting jumped.
You heard the record while you was getting jumped? No, listen. What a soundtrack to that.
Yo, I was getting jumped, and this when these niggas used to walk around with the boombox.
With the boombox. Bring it around here.
It was this nigga with a Kango hat on. And these like 4 niggas came to me, you know, trying to, whatever the fuck they were saying, they were trying to get from me. And all I heard was, this new, like, you know the niggas who had a deep voice? I heard a voice, but I didn't know what it was. Until as the box is getting closer, he said, new record by a group called Run DMC. And you heard boom bap 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 boom boom bap bap boom bap. And the niggas who was jumping me, we all stopped. And we watching this nigga walk by, right? Yo, that stupid me, I could have ran, but I didn't run because I was just so amazed by this fucking shit I was hearing, yo. Continue to jump me, but it was the best day of my life, nigga. No, real facts. Facts, yo.
That's amazing.
That's a movie.
All right, Pras,
That's some shit you see.
This is definitely a super skit that I'm gonna film myself. All right.
You gotta write the treatment for that.
I'm writing the treatment for this. All right, hold on. So, Pras, you just walk into a park randomly.
Nah, nigga, you know how we used to have in Brooklyn, they used to have summer camp where they send the kids to kind of like the daytime so you don't do anything you're not supposed to do. And they had the bullies at that time, you know, I was this little Haitian kid, whatever. And these niggas just came around me, man, and I was like, shit, where the fuck am I go? You know, like, niggas surrounded me. and I'm hearing this voice from my like side of my ear, but I don't know what the fuck the voice is. Then as it got closer, that's when the music boom, back, and niggas was just like, oh shit, you know. And after the nigga left, the niggas punched me in the face and took my money from me and shit. You know,
so the dude with the boombox wasn't in on the
no, he just happened to be walking by. Then we stopped everything to this. That was back in the day, man. It was just one of those moments, man.
Probably one of those. I love this story.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I could actually see this
it, yeah,
scripted
like, yes.
wrote
I'm
out.
telling you, man, it's real
need a
shit.
movie
You
on
know,
it, like-
that's how I got introduced to hip hop.
Right.
That's crazy.
Okay? And then I saw the influence of hip hop a year later.
Okay, so let's just throw this out there. Your first memory as hip hop was You Got Jumped.
You would have thought it would have had a negative impact on
I would not think that would be a profession.
Yo, I fell in love.
Like, cause you know, like a mechanic. Like, if his first job as a mechanic was like getting his thumb
Sliced
all
off.
the shit sliced off, he's just like, I'm good. I'm a mechanic. But you actually got jumped and said, I'm gonna fuck with this.
It was that, you know, you knew it was something, man. It was that hip hop shit. It just, I didn't know what it was, but you felt it like, and then you start doing the breakdance and all that shit. And when this is when I knew hip hop was gonna be crazy. It's when, for the very first time, I saw Michael Jackson perform on Motown 25. I didn't know who the fuck he was, because I was a young kid.
And I don't know what Motown 25 is. Put me on.
Motown 25 is when Michael Jackson first performed Billie Jean to the world.
Billie Jean is not
And he did the moonwalk. That was the first time
he did the moonwalk.
hip hop.
Says that I am the one, but that kid is not my son.
You've been going for a sing-along all day.
Yeah, I've been trying.
Yo, you never saw Motown 25?
Nah, I'm gonna lie, I'm 40 again.
You never saw, that had nothing to do with 40.
Stop it, man.
You never saw Michael Jackson do the moonwalk.
No, I see Michael Jackson do the moonwalk.
That was the first time he did
The
that.
first time, yeah.
First time the
Definitely wasn't
world
there.
saw Michael. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how impactful Michael Jackson shit was. I went to school the next day. The Motown 25 shit was incredible. Richard Pryor, everybody was on that shit, right?
Okay, but what school was this? You in Brooklyn? You in
Oh, no,
Jersey?
now I'm in Jersey now.
Okay,
So I was in the
Jersey.
6th grade.
Okay. What, you know what part of Jersey you remember?
Yeah, like Irvington. Where Latifah from.
Let me tell you something. You was in Irvington?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I went to Irvington recently. It's still terrible in Irvington. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Hey, that's why I had to get the fuck out. But
Damn,
anyway.
Pras, you a real nigga. I didn't even know. I thought that nigga was like, cause Newark is like rough, but it's like rough, but you know it's rough. But Irvington is like rough.
Well, it got-
Nobody don't care.
Right.
You know, Jesus, goddamn it.
But at that time, it wasn't that rough though. But anyway, so we go to the school, and I never forget this. The principal get on the loudspeaker, and he says, we're going to do our morning prayer. He says, after we do our prayer, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you guys probably were asleep, but I witnessed the most incredible thing in my life. Watching Michael Jackson perform last night with his brothers was so incredible. I'm going to give you guys a whole day off. Y'all can leave after prayer. And we left school at 9 a.m. Went home.
And the principal did
The principal did that.
That's crazy.
Fuck, we ain't never get none of that. I don't know what to say. Continue.
No, I'm just saying, that's between Run DMC and Michael Jackson.
That's the
Gave you a day off at school.
Hey, yo, listen, that's the impact. Because you gotta remember, this is before the album Thriller came out.
I wasn't there. Definitely wasn't there.
Where you going?
I'm 77 as a kid.
You wasn't paying attention. You was in the hood.
I was in the
Because it
hood.
happened in 84.
All right, so I was alive.
You was alive.
Of course you were alive.
I am 77.
75.
75.
But the point I'm saying to you is that seeing what I've heard with Run DMC and seeing everybody doing this thing and then able to see it by this guy who's supposed to be this mega star taking a piece of our culture. Prime example, you look at Super Bowl this year, 60% of all the ads has some hip hop influence.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying to you?
This is the craziest.
Right. So you gotta say to yourself, That's how impactful the culture is. That's the whole point I was trying to make. I'm not trying to bring you back to the moonwalk. I'm just telling you how I felt at that time when I was getting jumped and I heard Run DMC and then So Michael and then now we're here.
No, but you got jumped and saw a career. That's hard. Like I've never heard a person with a
he got hurt and uplifted all at the same time.
A negative, positive. That's so dope. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do that. that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So, do you ever like sit back and reflect? And is there anything that you regret?
I can't because I think the minute I start regretting anything, I feel like my blessing's gonna be taken away from me. Because when the universe, it's never gonna be all good. Part of what makes a character is how do you deal when shit is not going the way it needs to go for you. You know, they said, my dad told me this one time, he said, before you reach success, your comfort zone has to be disrupted.
It's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying to you?
No, I feel what you say. It's too much.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Well, you know what I'm saying? So I can't regret anything, man. I have to, because my regret is what led to some of my
success. Because they always say that, you know, before like the big shit happens, you gotta go through something. Man, so hearing that, it's crazy.
It's inspiring.
And if people aren't strong, they can't weather that, and they won't see their success around the corner.
Right. It's always darkest before dawn, like they say.
It's always darkest before dawn. So, don't regret nothing.
I don't. Even when I'm facing my darkest moments, man, my darkest hour, man, I always say, there's a reason behind this.
But in the whole illustrious career, is there anything you personally could have said, you know what, I wish I would have did this part?
Yeah, you could say that, but you know why?
To keep things together. I don't know. Maybe it was something.
I know where you're going with this. You mean, do I wish the Fugees would have lasted? You always say back, oh, maybe we could have done it. But it wasn't supposed to be like that, bro. Like the way this shit ended. Because you gotta remember something. During the whole Fugees shit, I knew I was on the Titanic. So I just made sure I had my boots, I had my
Pras, you're going way too fast. Hold on.
That's crazy.
You went there. You said the whole time on being in the Fugees, you knew you was on the Titanic.
It was a sinking
now
ship.
everybody knows that's here. The Titanic definitely
hit the iceberg.
Yes.
Yeah. I had my life vest on.
So you knew that from the beginning?
I knew that from day one.
You knew that this will sink eventually?
100%.
Okay, so now continue what you were saying.
What the fuck was I saying?
You were saying some great. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Look at that. You know I'm skilled. I wasn't prepared, but I also was prepared. So you're saying that you knew that it was a success ladder, right? Because you guys actually reached a certain amount of success.
And talk about regret.
Yeah, not that. He said he knew that
they say he has no regrets.
No,
but based on that,
we've got out of the no regret part, correct?
Yeah.
So you see the success. How do you visualize that this success may stop or may alternate?
Because I knew it was a bit morbid what was happening inside of the whole cave, if you will. You know, so it was inevitable.
Something was going to happen.
Right. So that's the thing about success. You got to prepare. You know, you hope for the best, but you plan for the worst. Right. So I knew. That's like I said to you. Because if I didn't know, because it was so easy to be in that whirlpool and thinking like, yo, this shit's gonna last forever, right? And let me tell you what's deep about, at the end of the day, everyone, the only person you can really count on is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's harder when you in a group because the thing is, you may have a vision, like I had a vision, right? Because I put the shit together. I went to Von Lauren, found Clef.
We never got to that. We're going to that later. Okay.
Yeah.
So I knew, like, okay, this is cool, but if I believed the hype at that time, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be fucked up in the game right now.
Right.
See what I'm saying too? So I always looked at it like, I love the art, I love this shit, this is incredible, and put on my life vest. When that shit hit the iceberg, there's a little boat right down there, I'm gonna jump off that fucking ship and land on that boat and go ashore. That's how I always looked at it.
This is crazy, Pras. I'm just go. I can't act like what you're saying is not crazy. So you're saying from the beginning, you knew there was a possibility that.
Not a possibility, it was inevitable. You know what that word means?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
it's gonna happen no matter what.
No matter what.
Right. So and you prepared yourself from.
Bro, I'm sitting here right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's just, I'm just definitely not that smart.
And there's nothing, by the way, no, but I'm gonna say this to you. I wouldn't change a thing. That's what's deep about it. Because if anything would have changed, it would change. I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Now, I don't know if, okay, maybe I'd have been $100 million richer, maybe, right? Maybe, I don't know what would have happened.
Right.
But it wouldn't be right what's happening right now.
And you're saying whatever you did, how everything's transpired, you can sleep good at night.
Yo, when I sleep in my Frete sheets.
I'm sorry. He hit me with some other rich shit. What is this?
Frete.
What is this? Google that. Yes, Google it. Come on, Frete sheets. Come on, hurry up. Yes, you looking at me. Google it. Please Google it. Do I need Frete sheets? You already told me I gotta spend $200. First off, I thought it was $200.
$450.
He said $450. This prize, I'm hanging out with you, is very expensive. I'm just throwing it out.
It's all good though.
I gotta step my game.
But when I go to bed at night,
I sold 1 million. You sold 25.
Don't worry about it.
I just want y'all to know that.
When I go to bed at night,
Okay.
I sleep. You know why I sleep well? Because I know that, first of all, I never robbed a person. I've always been a person of my word. And more importantly, my two counterparts, I'm extremely happy for everything they done. That's why I feel like God blessed me, right? A nigga who haven't put out a record in 20 years, I just told you, I probably got more money than your top 10 favorite rappers today. And if I really want to stretch it, maybe top 10 put together, but I ain't go that far.
That's it.
All right. So
Go, bro.
that's blessed. That's blessing. That's you don't know how long this shit is, my dude.
We gonna make.
You don't know how long it is.
Listen, we gonna make some noise for that. Everybody in here. And Haitian, you better clap loud. God damn it. That's right. Yeah, keep talking. That's real shit.
So I'm just saying, I'm very happy.
Yes.
And part of me, organically, like me and Zoe Dollars got a joint together, new record together, right? So I'm featuring on his record.
Zoe
right?
Dollars, a real name.
Let me tell you something.
Facts.
I got so much love for this dude. You know why I got love for him? Before we even fuck with each other, I would run into him here and there. I think one time I ran into him at the airport. It was always love.
Yeah. He respect hip hop.
Right, yeah, that's what
He respect.
it was that, man. And it's like, I never was on some like whatever type of, cause you got certain, you know, we got certain niggas who feel like,
we the old niggas.
yeah, like I don't know what kind of shit that they on, but right.
See, that's this part that you guys can't relate to us. Is certain people look at us like, nigga, get out the way. Like, nigga, we ain't been in your way. Nigga, we doing other shit. We been doing other shit.
Right.
But also that's the new nigga mentality. Is I want to be that, and that's the reason why I get the fuck out their way immediately. Like a nigga come from left, right, they want to rap. I be like, good. Nigga, I don't want this. This is yours.
Right.
All you.
But the thing about it is, and then people be like, you know, oh no, the king of left rack or the king of something. And then it makes the little nigga think that, no, homie. We respect, there's people who actually is good and want the new generation and want to say, yo, look, it's y'all turn. But sometimes the new generation, and I'm not saying y'all, but I'm saying as people who represent the new generation, that people that they don't recognize that. You know what I'm saying? They don't recognize that. See, me and you connected. This is real shit. This is off camera. Every time I seen you, I said, yo, you know, I've been living in Miami for 12 years and I'm sitting here and he's promoting this shit and I'm like, yo, my nigga, go. You're the next guy here.
Fact.
And you know that.
Facts.
You know that. Like I was like, yo, go. You're the next guy. You're the next guy. Keep going. And I would go to your shows. And I wouldn't even try to take pictures.
I wouldn't even know he was there.
Yeah, I'd just be there just smoking. And I'm like,
That's
this is I like that shit. This is in Miami. I fuck with it. And it's a beautiful thing to see, you know, years later, and you know, see everybody, you know what I mean? Like, cause that's just who I am. Like, what's Rick Ross DJ?
Sam Sneak.
Like, a lot of people don't even know. That was my favorite DJ in Miami. So I didn't. This is the real. This is the real. When I first started coming to Miami, whatever this nigga was at, I would just go there. Like, and he'll be like, I know he'll be looking at me like, nigga, what are you doing? Like, you're N.O.R.E. I'm like, yeah, you my favorite DJ though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I did that with Camilo, but you know, Camilo, he's Latino.
Yeah.
It's a little safer. You do that with
Sam Sneak.
You a wild animal.
It's a wild night.
It's a wild
Somebody got killed that night.
I don't even think you know this story. Like, that was like my favorite little like hood DJ. I was like, all right, cool. I seen him. He turns up and I just followed him. Like, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. But I wouldn't ever wear in Miami for that. But this is a beautiful thing when we can sit together as hip hop and just sit down and the accomplishments that you and your group and just you guys just in general just made.
Legend.
This is legendary, man. And I want to personally thank you for coming to Drink Champ. I knew you forever. You've always been a great guy, but the fact that you're just still here and just still happy, and the thing that's the thing about us as OGs, right? Is we receive a lot of flack because a lot of the OGs ain't happy.
Well, they're not happy because once again, we don't have a coalition to protect them after it's done. And it's like their contribution that they've done, right? Think about it, like these guys, they contributed to this hip hop to take it to a different level, right? It just keep expanding. Because it's #1 now, right? So 10, 20 years from now, if he's not one of them lucky ones that got out. See, the NFL, the NBA, they got a pension plan, they got all, OJ, this nigga's running in Vegas chilling. Why? Because he got a pension plan, right? We don't have that. So they upset. They look, because not everybody's gonna hit it out the park. Let's keep this shit all the way real, right? Not everyone is gonna have 100 million streaming. Not everyone gonna sell 20 million records. So what about the ones that maybe just doing a little something, right? Like in SAG, you don't have to be Denzel to have insurance plan. You just gotta, you either gotta make a minimal or you just pay some monthly, yearly thing, whatever, and you part of SAG and you got health insurance. These OGs is looking at it like, man, yo, I remember when I was pulling in 50 racks a night, 70 racks a night, thinking it's gonna last forever, and now I don't have anything to go to, no one to turn to, right? Can you imagine being hot for like 10 years and then you gotta go trying to find a job?
Yeah. It's hard.
That shit is hard, man.
Worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Worst nightmare. So that's why they feel, I think, you know, this, now that doesn't give an excuse, because listen, gotta lay in the bed you made, right? It's just how it is. You should find a way to figure this shit out. Like I said to you, I figured it out because I knew I was on the Titanic. And so, because when you have a group, you all gotta be in concert. If one person is singing off key, it fucks everything up. So now your life is in that person's hand. Right. If they decide like, man, I don't want to go right with you, I don't want to go left with you, you left holding an empty bag. Yeah. So I always knew that shit. I was like, yo, just in case, because I have a feeling.
But why did you actually feel you was on something that wasn't going to work for years? Like why? Like because I'll be honest with you, right? I never thought me, Trash, Capone, we just sat down. I just thought we would be together forever.
Right.
It didn't make me feel like I have to or I going to do something on my own till I found something wrong. But you're saying prior to that, you're saying just even when y'all was at the happiest moment, you felt like you was on something that's going to.
So let me say this to you. So here's what success means, right? Mm-hmm. All success is, it just amplifies who that individual really is.
Already.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning like if I'm a quiet person and I become super rich, I'm gonna become a hermit. Mm-hmm. If I'm
hermit crab?
No, a hermit means somebody who's just secluded somewhere.
Okay.
Right.
So that's what they call hermit crab, right? Because that's why they call it.
Right.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
I'm simplistic.
Right. Okay. If you an asshole, if you a small asshole,
you're gonna be a bigger asshole.
You're gonna be a bigger fucking asshole. Right. Mm-hmm. So I kind of like, because while I was in college, I studied psychology, right? But that doesn't make me a psychoanalysis expert. I just kind of like
understood.
Kind of does.
Had an understanding.
A little bit.
Sounds like you're analyzing a lot right now.
So I saw the traits of like, this shit is kind of crazy over here.
Meaning, because at the end of the day, like I mean, honestly, I'm just trying to be as human as possible. And this is just human. If I'm looking at the person to the right of me and I'm looking at the person to the left of me, right? And we're all broke. Right? I don't know if that's y'all case.
Yeah, we all were broke, 100%.
But what I'm saying is, if I'm looking at Capone and I'm looking at Trash, and I'm saying, okay, boom, Trash can be humidified or enlightened, but I think that I know who he is, right? And the same thing with Capone, I know who he is. There was a part where you just knew that.
No, it's not that. Okay, so think of it like this. Money and power is not meant for everyone.
Because I've never had the money and power you guys had, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
No,
because I've had, and what I mean is, like, I've went platinum, I've went 4 times gold, but I've never went 23 million.
So let me give you an example.
Across the world.
When I say
like
power, I don't think
the type of power you're talking about, I might not be able to relate to. So I'm actually as a student right now, and I'm gonna sit back and listen.
No, I'm just saying. So what happens is, for example, so in 2005 I met Obama, right? Somebody introduced me to President Obama. Well, at that time he was Senator Obama. Now I'm just giving you an example. I'm gonna give you 2 quick examples.
In Chicago.
So then Obama, 06, he's about 07, he makes the announcement. 06, he makes the announcement. We all knew him. We started to support him, whatever, get the grassroots going on. He becomes president. He was a guy who, now the most powerful man on land, whatever, he still pretty much was, now things gonna change obviously, right? There's things that he's not gonna be able to do that he did when he was a junior senator. But the essence of who he is
still there.
Stay intact. Right. Now, I had another friend of mine. He knows who this guy is. She knows who he is. This guy named Sweet Mickey, a.k.a. Michelle Martelly.
The president.
Okay, president.
Who I may become president of Haiti.
Yeah.
Facts. So, this dude, because he wasn't used to that kind of power, bro, power is like a drug. I'll put it like this to you. If you have a hot fucking record, try performing, let me tell you something, in front of 100,000 people where you drop this record and everybody know that song, I promise you, wings gonna come from your back and you're gonna think you can fly.
Can't wait.
That's the power, right? So when you getting all of this people who are enamored by you, who are like, oh my God, you this, it does something to the psyche. Not everyone can handle it. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I knew and felt, yeah, this ain't gonna end well, but it's all good because it's a journey. I'm all about the journey, right? Not so much about the end. But I knew I had to make sure my end is gonna be secure. So I'm gonna go through all the bullshit because I love journeys. Because that's what makes characters, right? So I was with it, but I knew day one. And I'm good. I thought it was still a great experience, despite. Now, would have I wish things would have been different? Yeah, of course, why not? Listen, I would have loved, if you win a championship, you're gonna wanna win a couple more championships.
Oh yeah,
right?
We would love 5.
Right.
One ain't enough.
One is not enough. But hey, do you know the average person who gets in can't even say they gotta win? So I'm good. I'm saying to you.
Wait, say that one more time.
The average person who's in, not even the average person who's in the game can't even get one. Now think about it, the average person who's in the game is above everybody else because they got the game. It's like an NBA. Like nigga who's riding the bench is actually a hot nigga. He just ain't hot enough to play on the court, but he hotter than everybody else who ain't in the game. But he's riding the bench. He probably never dribbles the ball, even at practice. But he hot. And that nigga never dribbles the ball, and he's above average. As far as like everybody else. You understand what I'm saying to you?
You broke that down crazy. You broke that down crazy. Goddamn. Let's make some noise from the Rich Pras.
Thanks for having me, man.
That's the thing. You know. That's the beautifulest thing about you is how happy you are. It's the one thing me and EFN said to each other. We said, yo, Pras, and I seen you at the Global Spinner.
Right.
And when we seen each other, we was like, yo, Pras, he looks just so sober. Are we supposed to invite him? Like, you look just so sober and just so focused. Like, we didn't know if we'd be disrupting your view. Now, have you always been sober?
I've never smoked a drink in my whole entire life. That's why, to be honest with you, when I first heard about this, and obviously, you know, you'll give a shout out, you'll be like, yo, Fugees the best band. You know, my people come to me. Yeah, my people be like, yo, N.O.R.E gave me a shout out. So I'm like, oh shit, that's hot, whatever. But I knew like, when you invited me, I was just like, man, what the fuck I'm gonna talk about on this show? Because I don't drink.
Right.
I don't smoke. I'm on this shit. Like, I'm definitely on my money shit, getting the bag, but at the same time, you know, I'm not on no fuck nigga shit. You see what I'm saying to you?
No, neither are we.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, I think there's an audience that probably want to hear maybe something else and not so much on some intellectual shit. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Notice we ain't asked you none of those questions. That's not what we do over here.
Okay.
We respect hip-hop over here. I don't know if you know that.
I know that.
Yeah,
I know.
We respect hip-hop over here. You gotta make some noise for that.
Let me make some noise. Continue, but so, like I said to you, man, I can't, and this is no fake shit.
Right.
How could we not be happy, man, as black people? You part of the culture. Everybody was here. I'm just saying the culture, right? What we have accomplished, man.
Right.
What is feeding our families, man.
Yes. That's
How
the
could you
beautiful
not
part.
be happy?
Yes.
Yeah, we got some days, man. Shit's fucked up. Bro, you know how many times I feel like pulling out guns, man, and busting my shit, you know? I don't have any guns, but I'm just saying, if I had a gun, I would bust my shit. But still, what is there to be angry about?
Right.
Like, I just can't be angry, man. I just can't be angry.
That's a beautiful
I'm grateful, man. I'm so fucking blessed. I pray 3 times a day, but I'm not Muslim.
Right.
But I pray 3 times a day because God is so, what he's done. And by the way, let me say this to you. Let's look at, and without getting deep into it, but then let's look at the blacks in our culture who's not as fortunate, who's getting killed by cops, who are being marginalized, can't afford health insurance, gotta fucking go on the hustle when they could be doing something else, right? Think about all of that shit. And we here, we made it, yo. By the way, we're not Einstein.
Right.
We're not that fucking smart. We just made a couple good moves and got a little bit of luck, and we were able to keep our nose clean to a certain extent. And while we here, we in Hollywood Hills, B. Look at that fucking view right there.
God damn it, told that shit proud. That's true. We at the Lowell office. This is my peoples right here.
You know what I mean?
I love these people, Lowell. God damn it.
And look, by the way, this is a black man.
Yes.
Facts.
A black man who got this beverage popping. It's a black man who got headphones going on. It's like, come on, bro, this is us.
Right. And it doesn't make us anti anything for being pro.
No, it's not. Yo, bro, listen.
Yeah.
My new theme is this for the black culture.
Right.
We gotta go where we celebrate it and not tolerate it.
That's
fuck
correct.
being tolerated now.
No. That should be. That's the standard. That's what it
gotta be.
And listen, and that's not a racial thing. That's real shit. Like if I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna go to somewhere where somebody's gonna celebrate me, and they're gonna sit down and say, N.O.R.E, we love what you guys represent, blah, blah, blah. And then these other people on this other side, they don't want to, and they're considered the people that's of our culture. I'm not doing that. I'm fucking with the people who's fucking with me.
100%.
And that is not racial.
No.
That is not that is feelings.
Yes.
That's vibes.
It's 100% vibe. What'd you say?
Vibes, it's vibes.
Okay, let's make some noise for vibes. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what that you know. And but let me big up to my friend Charlamagne real quick. I remember us shopping the food show, and at one point I had, these two phenomenal deals, right? God bless me for being blessed. I'm sorry. I gotta relax.
No, you could.
I can relax. You tell me that. But I had these two, and then I called Charlamagne, and I said, "What's up?" And he said, "I like to do business with people who like to do business with me." Very simple, but it's very complicated. What he just said, and it reminds me of, while we're at the Lowell's office right now, is because it's crazy. Prior to me even meeting these people, I was buying their product.
That's how the universe works.
That's how the universe works.
You know what they say?
I like to do business with people
They say
who like to do business with me.
if you put it out
It's
to
fucking fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Somebody should have filmed that, wrote it down. Just that. Oh my God! I gave y'all some Gandhi shit right there. You can have it. I'm so sorry.
no, it's the universe.
Yes,
You
the
put it out in the
universe.
universe, it's gonna conspire for you.
Yeah,
Good. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit, we did this for free. Now I'm talking about before the 6 months.
Yes, tell them.
We were doing Sirius XM. We were doing XM before the merger, Sirius XM,
Right.
out of our studio for years for free.
But you know what's so funny? This is what I tell everyone. First, do what you love.
Right.
That money's gonna come.
I agree with you.
If you chasing that bag first,
It's
it's
not
not
gonna
gonna come, yo. You
never
gotta
gonna
do
come.
what you love.
That's already blocking the bag.
Love. Now you like you on
that's
fire
one-
right now.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
100%. It's 100%. When you do, but I agree 1,000,000%. But it's your heart. When you follow the love from your heart, it's gonna follow.
Right.
It's gonna follow, but most people is bozos. Yo, Zoe Dollars, where you going, man? I'm about to go to the bathroom too. I've been holding my shit for a long time, my brother. I feel like you gotta finish it out.
Take the
Come over
picture,
here.
take the
Come over here. Come on. I gotta check.
We're about to be done.
Yeah, we're about to be done. But listen,
I'm not leaving.
I want to appreciate you guys. First off, I want to appreciate Pras
Yeah.
for Pras. OG.
Yeah.
OG. continue to just be who you are. Like when I seen you at the
Global Spin Awards?
Global Spin Awards, and we seen you. We were nervous. You know we was nervous.
Yesterday.
What?
Wasn't it yesterday?
No, but we were nervous 2 days ago. We was nervous to invite you. And we said, damn, he don't look like he drink anything. Like, and we're like, damn, how can we invite him to drink champs? And he looked, and I think you said, you didn't invite me. And I said, are you crazy? You're 100,000,000% welcome, but you were just so focused. Like, how can a person be in this game 20 years and still have the focused face as you?
Because at a blink of an eye, you can lose it all.
Amen.
It's a slow clap.
Let the church say amen.
Slow clap. Slow clap. That big is loud. So what do? You sit around and you just become...
No, I mean, listen, I don't want people thinking like I'm a monk or anything like that. But
monk is not frowned upon over here. But continue.
No, but I just look. Listen, man. I go to Haiti. I was in Iraq 2 years ago on the borderline with ISIS. I was in North Korea. Been in parts of Africa where you got a bunch of people who their dream is to one day be able to have a decent meal. That's what they dream about. They don't dream about the watch, whips. They don't dream about that. They dream, man, if I can have one decent meal.
Yeah.
And when you experience that, bro, man, you gotta have some form of humility and say, I'm complaining about my Wi-Fi is too slow. I'm complaining because they didn't have a pink Goyard bag at Goyard. I'm literally writing to them like, yo, how come y'all don't make pink? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, you know, yo, like, what am I complaining about?
Drink to this.
Yo, one last thing. I met this guy in Somalia. So peep this.
Somalia.
Yeah. So he was a chef for the pirates. He tried to escape
Let's be clear. The chef for the pirates in Somalia.
Yeah, he was on
that movie you're talking about. What's the movie name?
Captain Phillips? No, he wasn't that chef for the cat, but he just...
It wasn't the chef for Captain Phillips. It was like
a chef, yeah.
The boat after Captain.
Because they had to cook food for the people, right?
Go ahead.
So peep this. Crazy story. Y'all gotta listen to this.
Got it.
So he decides he's going to escape because he had his family back in Somalia. They capture him. Mm-hmm. The way they punish him, they cut both of his feet off and sewed them backwards.
Oh, damn.
So when he walks, story was gonna be funny at some point.
No, I didn't want to do a funny story, but to say,
they sewed his feet back.
So they took the right and put it on the left on the right. So when he walks, he gotta walk like this because his feet is backward, right? And this dude comes, sit down with me. I filmed him, right? I was doing this documentary on the pirates. It never came out. But
what kind of documentary?
We need to see this.
Yeah, we definitely need to see
this. We need to see this documentary.
This one's not out yet.
But, in America.
But he said something crazy to me.
So you did something fouler than Skid Row?
Yeah. Huh?
You did something worse? Because Skid Row. Like,
no, this is crazy. I told you I got kidnapped, but that's a whole different story.
No, you didn't tell us.
He did tell us.
Yeah.
He didn't elaborate.
I didn't elaborate, but yeah.
See, I've been kidnapped by the pirates in Somalia.
Yeah. But anyway,
but that was a totally different story. That wasn't the Skid Row story.
No, that was the pirates. The pirates.
Okay,
Somalia. But so I'm sitting down with the
just keep going.
I'm sitting down with the chef, and I asked the chef. I said, "You knew they were going to capture you, right?" He said, "Yeah, of course," because he has to jump off the ship, swim ashore, and try to run through the village. And everybody in the village is a spy for the pirates because they take care of the village. That's how they're able to. When people try to come find the ships. They don't know nothing, nobody know anything, whatever, right? So I said, why you did it? He said, family is the only thing I had. So if they had to cut half of my body, it was all worth it because I got a chance to hold my baby. Now, I'm thinking to myself, wow. So when we sitting here complaining, I'm seeing niggas in the streets on some bullshit. Bro, listen, I have to be happy. You know this road rage I had. I just saw something the other day. Some nigga tried to run a nigga over. His car flipped.
I saw that shit. I saw it today. They trying to hit the dude and the shit flipped right there.
Yo, like what are you mad about, man?
Well, the nigga did spit on him.
Okay, but the nigga was.
But he ended up losing that one.
Yeah, he tried to kill him.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
He tried to kill him, and
Yeah.
God was like, you know what?
Not today.
You doing this too
much.
You could have hopped out and beat his ass,
Right.
but you want to kill the
Yeah,
man.
he tried to run him over.
The
He
car
definitely
flipped.
tried to run him
But
over.
the point I'm saying to you is, so when you see that I'm happy, is because, like I said, man, it's so many things that makes me happy, like genuinely happy, and I think that's what's been giving blessing. That's like when I see, you know, Steph, and I see like Zoe Dollars, like
God bless them.
because when I was coming up, I didn't have that. We didn't have
To look at somebody else and
Yeah.
big them up,
Right.
and give them that inspiration.
right.
You're saying, okay?
We didn't have that. You know, coming up. As a matter of fact, coming up as the Fugees, motherfuckers was pretty much shooting shots at us. You know, we're Haitian, what's this thing going on and all that. You know what I mean? So,
we've never heard that or saw that. So
you know, you guys never saw that. We was fighting that internally.
Yes, internally,
Right.
yeah.
But anyway, that's all I gotta say, man. Thank you for having me here.
man, thank you for being here. God damn it. I ain't gonna lie, this is the longest piss I've ever held.
Me